All right, it is Tuesday night in Tooney Town, and that can only mean one thing. It is time for everyone's favorite pro wrestling live stream podcast on the internet today. It is time for Tooney Talk Wrestling. Folks, my name is Marvin, and I'm the Movie Monster, and I'm thrilled to welcome you guys back to another week of pro wrestling chat here on the good old TT Dubs. I've never called it that before. I don't know if I'm going to keep doing that. It's under advisement. Guys, we got a lot to talk about today. One thing I have to... I'm gonna bring on Dis before I bring that up, so hold on one second.
He stole a Hogan shirt from a girl. His actions make a righteous hurl. He fantasized about Lexa Bliss. Who is this guy? He's Arcadis.
The one and only Akadis, aka Dis, is here joining us today. Hello, Dis.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing all right. Now it is just you and me for the time being. Kev said he is going to try to make it a little bit later, but he said probably not before 9. So that with that being said, we can't do the Monet Mag tonight.
Yeah, I know. I hate it.
Yeah, I have to read the Monet Mag, obviously. And you put in work on this one because you have created a second Monet Mag that is AI generated. We were going to play guess if it's Mercedes or Robo Mercedes. So,
but you know the regular Monet Mag, and
yes.
I know the fake Monet Mag.
Plus, I'm the one that has to read the Monet Mag aloud.
Right. So we can't. What are you gonna like? I can't guess if it's fake because I know it's fake. And
right.
I mean, we absolutely could have insulted your intelligence, dear viewer, and sat here and pretended like I did. But
we could have worked you.
Yeah, but you don't have to worry. We have plenty of show because
if there was ever to be a week. Yeah, if it was ever to be a week where we had just me and you, it's a week where Tony Khan went live on Twitter 3 times and had an interview with Ariel Helwani.
Right. And plus, we get a little bit of Dave. We get a little bit of Dave.
We do get a little bit of Dave, a soupçon of Dave, a smattering of Dave, which is more Dave than most people can handle. But so it was a crazy week this week. Blood and Guts was this past week, and it got everybody talking, including Dave, who, we'll get to it, guys. But before we do that, this show is made for you and financed by you. We counting your generous super chats to keep the lights on around here. If we get to $300 in super chats tonight, we will do an exclusive Q&A with the one and only Tooney Khan. Yes, that's right. Ariel Helwani might get to interview Tony Khan, but you guys can interview Tooney Khan. So we'll make. By the way, before we get started with the super chats, I just want to point out, Andre Adams, congratulations, man, a homeowner. That is awesome.
In this economy, wow.
Yeah, that's seriously.
For real, man. Good job.
Yeah, salud, my friend. Salud.
Hope you didn't go to Conrad. That's all I'll say.
The Harris brothers will break your legs. So we didn't go to Conrad. You and Cumia for $4.99 says that was the 3rd time in several months that Moxley is tapped out. Some badass. Glomgold is tougher. Which case we have to. Glomgold. Yeah. So Moxley constantly tapping. I mean, that to be fair, he taps out to soccer dads at the community center too when he does his MMA tournaments.
True. Mole gave a little insight to this. I think he did his normal thing where he's like, "This, I'm not saying anything. I'm just a parody account." But he said, "What would you guys think if the Death Riders kicked Moxley out of the Death Riders?"
So then we get Death Riders feuding with Moxley.
Right. And I imagine it'll be another one of those AEW face turns where they don't actually turn face. It's just the heels turn on them, so they're face for some reason, that kind of thing, So that's I think we're gonna get that. We might get a lovely Moxley face run coming up here.
Gosh, that's terrible.
And he's losing to Kyle O'Reilly. Like of all, like I like Kyle O'Reilly, and I think it's a good story, but they're treating it like the fans were so behind him and he had to, like he's unavoidable and it's just not that. The fans weren't crazy. They still aren't. He's tapped him 3 times, and they're still not really behind him. So
well, yeah, because he's James
Yeah.
Murray.
Well, no, that's Daniel Garcia.
Oh, right, that is Daniel Garcia. Man,
No,
these guys are so interchangeable.
Kyle O'Reilly is just like a schlub. Like he just looks like, a guy.
Right, with the tiny ears. I remember.
No, that's Kyle Fletcher. See, you're mixing.
Wait, so who the fuck is Kyle O'Reilly?
He was in the Undisputed. He was the guy from NXT. He was the one with Adam Cole, and he was in Ring of Honor, and
I thought that was the one with the little ears.
No, Kyle Fletcher was the one from Australia. See, this is why Vince, I hate admitting this, but Vince was right about that, about names. He's absolutely,
especially with something is like, how many Kyles are you going to have on roster?
Yeah, or Adams. They have 4 Adams. They have 2 Christians. Like you can't. It's ridiculous. And but yeah, Kyle O'Reilly is a
That's why Tripp gives the NXT kids the worst names possible. Because he's like, ain't nobody else ever coming in here named Carrion.
True. Oh, he our buddy Tony got asked about Karrion Kross earlier today. So we might that I didn't clip it. It wasn't that interesting, but we'll talk about it.
Okay. Well, BPE checking in for $20 and no message, aka we like to call that around here the BPE special. So thank you very much, BPE. We appreciate you. We salute you. We speak your name. CWJ128 for $5. Hello, Hope Bowl as well. If you look at Blood and Guts and War Games, if you were to rank 1 to 20 in a real fight, would AEW have 2 in the top 10? That makes it look fake. I guess he's saying the AEW wrestlers don't look like they could actually fight anymore.
Many. Oh, that's not the wrong one. That's not the right one. Sorry. I meant to pull up this one. So let's look at the men's War Games here and see who was in it real quick. And you have the Death Riders. So you got Yuta, you got
Blood and Guts, not War Games.
Yeah, Blood and Guts. Sorry. You got Garcia, Yuta, Moxley, Cesaro, and Pac, and they faced Darby and Orange Cassidy and Mark Briscoe and Kyle O'Reilly. And I'm not sure who the other person is. The picture's very small.
I wouldn't F with I wouldn't fuck around with Mark Briscoe.
No. So War Games, you have on one team, it's CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, and Cody Rhodes. And on the other team, it's Bronson, Braun, Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre, and Brock Lesnar.
That is the most badass heel team I've ever heard of in my life. Because Logan Paul, even though he does the cowardly heel thing, that guy can knock you out.
It's a good, like when you look at the history, like Paul Heyman yesterday was talking about how he's like, I walked the Samoan SWAT team to the aisle or to the ring for War Games. I walked the Dangerous Alliance to the ring for War Games in what many consider to be the greatest War Games match of all time.
Who considers that one to be the greatest War Games match of all time?
I don't know, dude. But then he goes, none of those teams could hold a candle to this team. And he's kind of right, dude. Like, this team is stacked.
Hold on. So it's Bronson, it's Braun, it's Brock, it's Logan, and it's Drew?
Yeah.
That is not a team you fuck with. I'm sorry.
So you have to rank all of them in the top 20. And I think I think Logan is in the top 10. I'm sorry. It might be crazy, but that guy's a trained fighter. He's been in the he's a
professional boxer.
Yeah, over Mox and Darby and OC. Like, I think the two that drop though, I think Cody and Punk drop out of the top 10. Cody and Cody and Cody J.
Wait, I'm sorry, did you say Pac is in the top 10?
No, Pac. No, I said Punk drops out 10. But I don't know.
CM Punk has proven that he cannot fight for real.
Right. And now
I don't think CM Punk not being in your list of like guys who could actually win a real fight. I don't think that's a reach.
But is there anyone on this list that you'd put above Punk?
On like the AEW list?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, who's in the Death Rider? Cesaro. I wouldn't mess with Cesaro.
No. That's the only one in the Death Riders though.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Punk, even with at least Punk was professional.
Cesaro is so ungodly strong, like you'd never be able to like do anything to him.
Right. And yeah, I think Punk is over Moxley just because I think Punk was actually at least in the UFC where Moxley can't get out of gyms, So
yeah, if somebody was like, you can fight CM Punk or you can fight Cesaro, I would fight CM Punk.
Yeah.
And if somebody was like, you could fight CM Punk or you could fight Mark Briscoe, I would fight CM Punk.
Yeah. Okay. So there's the two. So yeah, I think Briscoe goes in the top 10. I think Cesaro goes in the top 10. And I think you could probably make a case for Moxley. As much as I don't like him.
No, you cannot.
Over Jey Uso.
No, the Usos, I bet you the Usos can fight.
Okay, yeah. You're right. Okay, yeah. Oh, and what about Cody?
Oh, you know what? The more I think about it, the Usos probably grew up rich.
Yeah, but I bet they fought. I mean, their dad seems like the kind of person who would make them fight each other if they weren't fighting anybody else. You know what I mean?
That's true. But yeah, remember, just because your dad is tough does not mean you are tough.
Well, that brings us to Cody. Would Cody make the top 10?
I don't know. Cody's in really good shape, so like Cody could probably throw a punch with some strength to it. I don't know if Cody's ever been. No, I don't think so, because Dustin, when he said he wanted to be a wrestler, apparently Dustin stretched him in the ring.
Yeah,
and he cried.
Yeah.
So,
you don't think they would, but I'd still pick Cody over Darby. I'd pick,
it's over. Cody over. Yeah. If it's like, are you going to fight Cody Rhodes or Darby Allin? I'd be like, come here, you little bastard.
Yeah.
Like, throw you off Everest.
It's an interesting conversation to have, and it's one that we don't have time for right now, to be honest. Yeah. So, but thank you, CWJ.
Yes, thank you. Blazing Bolts for $5 says Marv in charge of that park place is like the episode of South Park where Mickey Mouse beats up the Jonas Brothers. I don't see how.
I don't know.
I've never made any of my writers wear a purity ring.
Yes, I get it. Ha ha ha. Thank you, Blazing Bolts. What a great super chat.
You and Kimmy for $1.99. Will Awful and Dis have a show this week? I don't know.
We're hoping. It's I was explaining to Marv before the show. So Awful has to usually when we do our show, he'll start it on his laptop, and then about 10 minutes in, he'll go, fuck, and then he'll be gone for a minute, and then he'll come back on his phone, and then we'll just do the rest of the show on his phone. He does not have a phone right now, so yeah, apparently there was a flood in his basement and he dropped his phone in the flood. So we hopefully he will have it taken care of by Thursday. He's working on trying to get a new one. He thought he was going to have it by today and didn't. So hopefully we will have one this week. I wouldn't say Thursday, but stay tuned because we are not against doing a show on Saturday or Sunday or something like that. So we will keep you posted. Just check the Discord, check our Twitter. You'll figure it out.
Chef Eddie checking in for $5 says, I love this show. Reminds me of that really old wrestling show back in the old days, Headlock Headline. Whatever happened to that old show? I think you'll find it up your own ass. I'm kidding, Chef Eddie. I'm kidding. Whatever happened to that old show? The guy who made it got really, really busy and got really, really tired of people being demanding about it. Let's see. Cruz Madrid for $5 says, hey, what's up, guys? Huge fan of the show. Just lost my pet of 12 years last night. Just wanted to support my favorite show. Appreciate you guys. We're very sorry for your loss, Cruz Madrid. But thank you for being here. And thank you for being a part of this community. We appreciate you. We see you. And all our best to you and your family. Regina Sharp for $5, which I believe brings us to $52 for the evening. Says everybody's got a price. This advertisement has been brought to you by Glom Gold. Always has been, always is, and always will be. Regina Sharp, good to see you, my friend. I was worried when you weren't there on Thursday, so glad you're doing okay. We've got Ezra Gobber for $2. It says Ariel should have asked TK, where is Scorpio Sky? He should have asked him a lot of things that he didn't ask him.
He should have asked him a lot of things. We'll absolutely get into that.
He should have pushed him on a lot of things, but I have a feeling that one of the one of the mandates here was you cannot push him on anything.
Actually, I think Scorpio Sky has a match coming up this week. People were talking about it online. So Tony did the normal thing where he goes, people are complaining about someone not being there. We'll put them on one show. That's, so I think Scorpio Sky has a match this week, maybe against Kyle Fletcher. But yeah, he's apparently coming back. So that's good. I like Scorpio Sky.
Okay. Let's see. JR Deal 96 for $9.99 says, I was fortunate enough to be at Raw last night at MSG. Nearly lost my voice when AJ, Lesnar, and Reigns came out. Easily the best Raw I've ever been to live as a wrestling fan for 20 years now. That's awesome. I'm really glad you got to experience that.
Raw and MSG is a dream. Like, I would love to go to a Raw and MSG. I'd love to go to any wrestling show in MSG.
You know what? I'm trying to think if I've ever went to one at MSG. I don't know if I did.
Yeah, I've never been in the city. I've been around the city, but I've never been in the city.
Oh, well, don't go now.
Yeah,
but the last time I would go to MSG for Rangers games and stuff like that, but I don't know if I've ever seen wrestling there. I'm trying to think of all the wrestling shows I've ever been to. I think most of them were what at the time was the Continental Airlines Arena and then became the Izod Center.
Yeah,
which is kind of in the Meadowlands where Giant Stadium and stuff. I've never been to Giant Stadium. But I think I went most of the wrestling because the first house show I ever went to was when Foley was champion, going into the Royal Rumble with The Rock. And I remember it was Rock versus Undertaker, and I was excited because Undertaker hadn't had a TV match yet since coming back. So I was excited. I got to see the Undertaker versus The Rock, and it was Mankind versus Kane. And that was a house show. And I've gotten a couple house shows. I did a pay-per-view, which I think was also at Continental Airlines Arena. And maybe one of them was the Garden. I don't know. I got to ask my buddy who I used to go with.
I'll tell you what. Last night's show was a hell of a show to go to. Raw was on fire last night, man.
Yeah.
Such a good Dolph made Solo Sikoa look like $1 million. That's why I love Dolph.
Here's the thing. When you were Raw was so good last night, the first words immediately following that, the last thing I thought you were about to say was Dolph.
Dolph was so good. It's just, you love to see a guy who, Dolph's job, it was always make the other guy look like the best wrestler in the world. And Dolph came in having not been under contract for over a year, and he did exactly that. He made Solo look so freaking good. Dolph was great. Javon Evans, man, that kid. Awful and I are could argue about this. Whenever he comes back, we're gonna argue about this because he's complaining about how he was presented. I think they presented that guy like a superstar last night. He got 3 segments. He got a vignette. He didn't get his entrance. That was during a commercial. But to let Javon Evans match go for 3 segments and a vignette on top of that, he's the future. And then that ending, I even people are out there complaining about John Cena being in a 6-man for his last match. And it's you can't make every match what else? What do you want? He was in a 6-man tag with Sheamus and Rey Mysterio, 2 guys who have been involved in his career. If you make every match a big deal, a dream match, then nothing's a dream match. You know what I mean? You can't. I don't know. I liked it. I liked it for what it was. He looked like he was having fun. They did a 15 knuckle shuffle. Just fun stuff. It was a fun show last night.
All right. Well, Regina Sharp checking in for $5 is not going to go into details, but there was alcohol involved. Oh, well. Sounds like a good time. Speaking of which, that brings us to $69 for the night. Because we're 5.
The internet.
Yeah. Chef Eddie for $2 says you guys should do the Monet Mag game with the chat. Well, I'll tell you what, if for some reason we can't do it next week, we'll do it with the chat.
Yeah.
So, and then Liquid Fox for $5 Canadian, bringing us to 76. Says, have you seen that meme about the girl and the group of men? Jey Uso is the girl. At least no Sami Zayn though, so not all bad.
When we're talking, go ahead. Yeah, when we're talking about the top 20, and that's what he's talking about.
The girl with the group of men. Does he mean the running a train?
Yes, yeah. Where there's one girl and then there's 5 men licking their lips and yeah. So,
and that's Jey Uso
in the top 20 War Games match. Yeah, kind of.
Oh, okay.
I think so. when you compare him to that other team, yeah, definitely.
Look at this awful. He awful hates young black talent in wrestling. Like constantly holding them down. Just between this and Jade, like he does not like that YBT.
I don't understand why he doesn't like Jade. All he does is on our show, just hours and hours of him complaining about Jade Cargill.
Just nonstop. Just doesn't belong here. Never was. Never will be.
And she, by the way, Jade Cargill, they're doing it, man. They're doing it.
Man, I don't see what Awful's been complaining about so much and why he hates her so much. Basically, I'm making this so he'll be like, I have to never miss a show again.
Everyone tweet about it. That's what you
tweet about how much Awful hates Jade Cargill. No, don't actually do that because the AEW fans will think you're serious.
Right. They already think he's 60. I said Awful 60 like 2 times, and everybody who comes after him now is like, "Oh, you 60-year-old man." Which means they're fans of the show. So welcome tonight, everyone.
But like, why is that such an insult? Like to the guy, like, haha, you've lived a long life.
I did it because people were always making people always went online and just called them like old man and stuff. So I just kind of perpetuated it, I guess.
Right.
That's what you got to do. We're all old.
So we talked about the men's blood and guts match. Did you watch it?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I watched it. I didn't take it in. You know what I mean? Yeah. It was there.
The only thing I heard about it was that they stapled Orange Cassidy's hands inside his pockets.
They stapled Orange Cassidy's hands inside his pockets. They, set a table on, like, half the match was outside of the cage, which defeats the entire purpose of War Games.
I'm sorry, a War Games type match. First of all, why are they doing this so close to War Games? Like, it's
of course
ridiculous,
because then they can be like, oh, WWE is the Disney War Games. This is the real War Games.
Look, I've watched pretty much every War Games that's ever happened. I don't remember anyone ever being stapled in them.
No, it was all weapons. It was stuff outside of the ring. Which,
by the way, I hate when WWE does too. When they bring in weapons to War Games, I cringe.
Yeah, but you know what? They don't go out of the ring. That's one thing WWE does. They don't go out of the ring, and I
because you're locked in the cage. That's the point.
Yeah, but they got out, and Darby got lit on fire, and they went up to the stage and did a dive through a flaming table, and it was the AEW special. They've completely lost every pretense of we're the best wrestling company. Like they are just GCW with money.
Yeah, exactly. They're GCW with a budget at this point. It's just deathmatch stuff. It's the CZW. That's I think Tony's realized that when they do the deathmatch stuff, they pop a rating, or at least they pop a little more than their normal rating.
They popped the rating. I mean, they got 600K this week, which
for them is Woodstock.
I mean, it's over 100K higher than what they have been doing, but it still is like their low from last year. So it's absolutely proving Kev's point that their bottom is way. It'll be interesting to see what they do this week if they can hold on to any of it.
So here's the thing, like with the blood and guts match and stuff like that. It's just like it's like you're talking to a 10-year-old who's like, it'd be really cool if they did the War Games and then they had tables and fire. It's like like you don't need War Games is the gimmick. You don't need weapons because you already have the cage. Like if you're using weapons in War Games, then why should I get excited for the next street fight that you do?
Oh, and they did that too. Also, the only other, so they had women's blood and guts, they had men's blood and guts, and the only other match was a Falls Count Anywhere match between Hobbs and Adam Page.
Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, man, it's not even edgelord booking; it's preteen booking.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot. I have to get that. We have to look at that. I'll try to find the I loved it because they brought Ricky Steamboat in and he did a bit.
Oh, and FDR. He like ripped it to shreds, right?
Yeah, the Tooney thing, man. It got so in my head, I totally forgot about that. But yeah, he did. He came in and did a deal with FTR, and then he went and did an interview with Bill Apter, and he's like, I mean, I watched the War Games thing. It really wasn't for me. A lot of weapons, a lot of blood, just not my thing. And they're like, well, what'd you think of the rest of the show? And he goes, yeah, I saw a couple of the dark matches. not really my thing. A little it was like,
and the AEW fan base was like, this guy's a never was. He should die.
Like, what do you expect? Why do you? Ricky Steamboat was in one War Games match. Why do you bring him in for Blood and Guts? Number one, and number two, do you expect Ricky Steamboat to like anything that you're putting out right now? It's Ricky Steamboat. He's not going to like any of this from from the fact that there's no psychology in the regular matches.
Moxie's sitting back there like, I don't know, man. I expected him to really like it.
We stapled OC's hands in his pockets just for Ricky. I can't believe he was upset.
It's a classic Ricky Steamboat spot.
We called it the Steamboat Special.
Yeah.
So that got 5 stars.
It's just like you and Ric Flair Wrestle War. How? You got to read between the lines, man. It's a subtext.
It'd be like if it happened now in the current day in AEW.
Yeah. It's like if you took Ric Flair and Ricky Steamboat from Wrestle War and you put it in AEW right now, and you had me and a bunch of my friends versus Darby Allin and a bunch of guys instead. That would be what it would be. What?
I like how Ric Flair was there and just noped out before.
Oh yeah, right. He was right.
Yeah. So the story is that he tore his rotator cuff and he was injured. And so, but it's not like he was bumping. He was just supposed to go in and do an interview. So he just came out before the show, was like, "Hey guys, I'm Ric Flair," and then he left.
He saw what the card was, and then like physically tore his own rotator cuff to get out of there.
And then Tony on Hawaii earlier was just like, "Well, Rick, he was hurt, and I told him to go home. It was my choice to send him home. I was the one who told him he should go home."
That's what I usually do when someone's drunk as a skunk in my locker room.
And there's so many angles you could look at this at. Was he 100%. Drunk? Did he not want? Was he just not want to be a part of it? Is it? Was he actually injured? Did he get injured because he was drunk? There's so many mysteries that we need to solve.
An awful Cleveland Steamboat. It's disgusting. You're disgusting. Awful.
So Dave loved it. Gave it 5 stars.
Dave gave this 5 stars.
Right. 5.
And not only that, he gave this 4.5, and this was, oh my gosh,
this was just ladies. It looked like they all synced up, and they were like, that's all. It was just a bunch of ladies rolling around in blood. They were like squeezing through the cracks in the cage to get out. And like, it's like, look how small we are.
Ladies bleeding all over the place. Now you're speaking my language, dis. Fuck shit, cunt, piss.
Don't forget to reset it when you're done. But yeah, that's all it was.
I'm never done. As long as there's lesbianism to do in the ring, there will always be Tony Storm. I'm outrageous.
Hey Tony, what do you think about the real lesbians that left the company last week? What do you have to say about that?
Oh, fuck them. Those lesbians, man. There's good lesbians and there's bad lesbians, right?
Right. Yeah, she was a bad lesbian.
But the good lesbians are the ones that like AEW, and the bad lesbians, like the real, even if they're actual lesbians and not just people looking for attention. When they're actually lesbians, when they're not drunk at a party, then they have, if they don't like AEW, they're bad lesbians.
Yeah, AEW only likes lesbians, like quote unquote lesbians from the late 90s. Those are the only lesbians.
Hot
AEW
lesbian action, lesbian,
right.
HLA,
Jerry Springer lesbians.
Yes, Eric Bischoff's lesbians. I say this is if Eric Bischoff made the decision to do hot lesbian action.
Yeah, remember when Eric Bischoff invented Elimination Chamber?
Yeah.
That was great. I loved it. Although we're still supposed to believe that Chris Jericho came up with Money in the Bank. Like, he still pushes that as if it's real.
Gosh. It's like his claim to fame. Like, beat The Rock. Like, it's like he got tired of saying he beat The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin in one night and just has to now say, I created friggin', him and Brian Gewirtz. Oh, what I can't stand.
I was there for when he beat Rock and Austin in one night. I was
Were
in
you?
the I watched that show. I was a big Jericho-holic back then too, so I was into it. But yeah, Dave loved this one too. He gave it 4.5 stars. Now, what's interesting though is that he also talked about it.
Yes, he did talk about it. So let's get into what Dave had to say.
Made me cringe because it's out of control.
Hold on.
There were many, many, many things that really made me cringe because it's out of control. You keep rolling the dice, and one of these days, it's going to come up like Snake Eyes, and something bad's going to happen. And I mean,
We should not be trying to encourage this, Brian, but 5 stars.
5 stars. 5 stars. 4.5.
I know all, you know what I mean? It's like, I know they've been doing this for 6 years and all this, and more people probably get hurt on routine stuff than on dangerous stuff. But still, I mean, the lengths that, you know, again, the people in AEW, you know, I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and, you know, especially on this show, but a lot.
Get to the point.
They go to such lengths.
He is so uncomfortable at having to offer even the slightest criticism that he has to, like, everything's got to be prefaced with, like, well, you know, Brian, in some universes, like in quarters of the multiverse, maybe somebody who just wasn't having a good day that day and maybe is a horrible guy who mercilessly beats his wife might not like this match.
Then when it comes time to criticize WWE, it's like, Tiffany Stratton farted, I think, halfway through the match. So that docked it a full star, obviously.
They're not supposed to fart. At least not out their butts.
Not ladies. Ladies can't fart.
Yeah, oh, no. None of that. None of that, Brian.
Brian.
To entertain you, to have great matches, but it's too much.
And literally when it's over, like the announcers are kind of wrapping everything up, and there's like all the announcers, and you just see Danielson, he's like low in his chair, and he's just like, oh my God.
They're playing with fire. They're not.
Literally.
They actually.
Hey, me and Brian, we're on the same page.
Yeah. Oh man, that's not a good page to be on.
I'm all right. I'm comfortable with it.
We're playing with fire.
Yes, they have, and glass, and they're playing with glass. You know.
What are they, retarded? 5 stars.
Oh, it's like they have to. You know, I mean, it's so hard because when you go in this direction,
it's so hard. Pretty much all the time when I watch AEW, I'm just rock solid.
I'm talking about my penis, by the way.
if I'm being too subtle for you, Brian.
The only way to get further, it's like a freaking heroin addict. You know, you go so far.
We got Moxley's in the match.
Right, exactly. Yeah. What are you talking about? Of course.
Darby. Yeah. So yeah, it's exactly like a heroin addict.
The only way to do it is to do more and more and more.
And 5 stars. But 5 stars.
5 stars, though.
How does that match up with anything that he said?
Because Tony wants 5 stars.
Right. If he was going to give any match 5 stars, you'd think it'd be the women's one, because at least there was something to talk about that wasn't just exactly what AEW always does.
Okay, so here's my question. When Mercedes shared the picture of her having broken her nail,
that was funny.
Was she like being a heel? Like, was that her working, or do you think that was her being serious?
No, she was working. It was good. It was. I had to.
Okay, that is a good. If it's a work, then that's a good work.
That's a good work, and I had to give her credit for that, especially because we have so much to laugh at her about. When she does something funny, I have to give her credit, and that was actually kind of funny. The idea that like all the pictures that you see are these women just covered in blood and head to toe, and then Mercedes is like, you know, the worst thing about it is I broke a nail. That was pretty good. It was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I know, to give more credit, Wheeler Yuta did an interview this week, and I saw it, and I'm like, oh man, we got to clip this. We got to look at it. And I watched it, and the whole time I'm just like, he seems like a really nice guy. Like I can't do it. I don't want to make fun. Like like when we watched his cameos, I'm not gonna lie, I was just like, he seems very genuine. Yeah, like he seems like he's just like, hey guys, I'm just happy to be here. You know,
Yeah, like whenever I watch him in those videos in his backyard where he jumps onto a VCR covered in barbed wire and Legos, like I'm just like, man, he's like a nice retard.
And you know, like a lot of guys in AEW, we make fun of because we're like, well, you're not going to develop there. You're never going to be a star there. But it's like Wheeler Yuta is not going to be a star in WWE. Like this is probably the best.
This is as far as we're going.
Yeah. So like, okay, you know, he does seem there's a lot of I'm just happy to be here energy, and I'm cool with that. I think I'm fine with that if that's where you want to be.
You and Cumia for a full $20, bringing us to $96 for the night. As we all know, Awful hates Jade almost as much as Cornette hates Russo. Yeah, it is a feud as old as time. You and Cumia, feud as old as time. What?
I have to give Tony Khan some credit. Also,
for what?
So remember a few weeks ago when we were listening to that Tony Khan live, and he was talking about the convoluted craziness about how to determine the coin toss. Like instead of doing a coin toss, he did a best of 3, blah blah blah.
Right.
Did you know he lifted that straight from Cornette? Just straight from Cornette. Cornette did that. Smoky Mountain, when they did their version of War Games, the way they determined who got there first was a best of 3 series between the teams, and it was a singles match, and a tag match. And he just completely, I'm surprised nobody's caught on to this or said something about it. He completely lifted it from Cornette. I was doing research on like War Games matches that aren't War Games matches kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And yeah, just completely lifted it from Smoky Mountain. He didn't lift the handcuff part. That was the other way that you could get eliminated in Smoky Mountain, was he got handcuffed to the ring. He didn't take that part, but he did take the best of 3. So I don't know. I mean, I don't necessarily have to give him credit, but I do have to kind of mention that if we're going to give him, I think it's a dumb idea either way. So I will also say that I think it was dumb when Cornette did it, but I'm sure a lot of people out there will be like, well, if Cornette did it, then it was probably pretty good. So I had to give him a little bit of credit there.
Yeah, because Jim Cornette's never had a bad idea in his life, right? Like,
exactly. Right.
Like when Batista was a river monster that his wife grew with magic to kill the Big Show,
or all the diapers matches they used to have, or yeah.
No, Jim Cornette's had bad ideas, guys. John Common for $5 says, "Can they bring back Celebrity Deathmatch? I loved watching that as a kid. That's how I got introduced to Stone Cold Steve Austin and got into wrestling, pretty much."
Yeah, they did bring it back a couple years, like when Paramount.
They did. It wasn't as good. I was really ticked that Paramount Plus didn't have the old ones on, because I loved when Stone Cold was like on the commentary team for it.
And no, Chef Eddie, when I say War Games matches that aren't War Games matches, I mean like Lethal Lockdown or Extreme Jeopardy, or matches that are built like War Games. That
I mean, I would argue that the WWE War Games matches aren't War Games matches either.
I think it's a good argument to make. But I remember, if I remember correctly about Celebrity Deathmatch, one of the problems when they brought it back was that they couldn't, like, celebrities wouldn't laugh at them. They couldn't get them to come and do their voices.
They never had them do their voices.
No, they did. That was the thing about Celebrity Deathmatch. A lot of the celebrities did their own voices.
Yeah, no, Howard Stern and Kathy Lee Gifford were not doing their voices.
No. Not all of them, but some of them were. And towards the end, that was kind of the whole thing. Like, that's the only way they were able to get. It was like, oh, look, we actually got this guy to play themselves. Stone Cold Steve Austin played himself.
Austin was a recurring character, but they actually did Austin versus Vince before WWE did.
Yeah. But I remember seeing something about when they brought it back. It was either they wouldn't come back and do their voices, or they were just really mad about it. Like they didn't think it was. I don't think that is funny, kind of thing, you know. So, there was a problem when they brought it back, that they just couldn't get involvement. People were trying, they thought they were going to get sued or something.
I like the one where Gandhi killed everyone. Little known fact: they actually had Gandhi do his own voice. So. BT23 for $5, bringing us to 106. Said, lighting Darby on fire equals crazy. Makes me wonder how crazy and longer the story between Darby and the Death Riders is going to go. It's never going to stop. It's not going to stop until Jon Moxley is a babyface and teaming with Darby Allin against the Death Riders.
Yeah. So yeah, probably. The Darby thing, it just blows my mind. It blows my mind. They built this up for a year. And then when it comes time to do it, it's like you have a couple matches, and then you let Kyle O'Reilly beat Darby beat Mox over and over again. It doesn't. It
seems like such a
Of course.
Let's see. Regina Sharp says Ric Flair was just reading the instructions Tony gave him. Walk out. Hey guys, it's Ric Flair, and then leave. Oh yeah. Walk out. Hey guys, it's Ric Flair. Then leave. Okay.
It took me a second. But
I realized what she was doing. Yeah.
Good one.
Doing the Ric Flair cameo. Well, good pull, Regina Sharp. You really watch that on Tooney Talk TV too, because it bore repeating.
Oh,
we had to have like Lauren and Martin say it.
Yeah. If we ever bring anybody in, it's like the first thing we have to show.
Yeah. Okay, you and Cumia for $4.99 says I can't tell who's worse, Ava or Mercedes. I'm going to help with this. Mercedes is worse. Yeah, because Mercedes is worse. It is infinitely easier to pretend that Ava doesn't exist.
100%. Yeah.
Ava, like I legitimately think that Ava is literally like Sean purposely puts her out there in a way where it's like, if you don't want to acknowledge it, brother, you don't have to.
Yeah. Ava's way worse, or Mercedes is way worse. Ava is not taking anyone's spot, right? Like at most, she's taking a legend spot by being the GM. She's not like
we'd all rather see William Regal do that spot.
We would, but he's still around. You know, he didn't lose his job because of Ava. Mercedes is legitimately holding titles that people can make money off of and keeping them for herself. Yep. So,
speaking of which, we're gonna get to that in a second. John Comment for $5 says, Marvin, imagine this. You tune into wrestling in here. Is this the gayest wrestling you've ever seen? He's doing the Mark Malkin from Variety.
Yeah.
The guy who's always like, is this the gayest Marvel thing you've ever seen?
And the answer is always yes.
Yeah. I'm working on my Mark Malkin impression because too often people just kind of like go to a Harvey Firestein place for him. I mean, he doesn't sound like that because it's like, yeah, it's weird. Tom from Midnight's Edge does like the best Mark Malkin, and so I'm trying to do Tom's Mark Malkin. Sometimes with an impression, the thing people don't get is you don't try to do an impression of the actual person. You just do an impression of somebody doing a really good impression of them.
Right. I think the thing people go ahead.
I was gonna say my Trump is the guy who does Trump on SNL because even though his scripts aren't funny, he does a very good impression. Well,
and nobody does Bush. Nobody did George Bush. Everyone
just did Dana Carvey.
Doing George Bush, right?
Yeah.
Same thing with Bill Clinton. Nobody did. Everyone did Daryl Hammond doing Bill Clinton. No one actually did Bill Clinton.
Right.
I think the thing that you miss about what's his name? The guy you compared Marvin to, Harvey
Firestein?
Yeah, Harvey Firestein. Harvey Firestein is one of the few guys that has that lisp in him, but can still sound like masculine.
Harvey Firestein is the guy that talks like this.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying, but he has that kind of tone to him, but somehow it's still somewhat, I think because of the rasp in it, it makes it to where you're still, you still don't want to, I don't want to mess with that guy. I wouldn't step to Harvey.
I saw him on Broadway in Hairspray and he was the mother in Hairspray. So he was in drag.
Right.
So
I wouldn't step to him. All I'm saying, even at his age, I think he could probably hold his own. And I don't get that from a lot of people who have that lispy kind of voice to him.
You and Cumia for $1.99 says heroin is perfect for Darby and Moxley. Well, to be fair, I think Moxley's more of a booze guy, but
yeah, not anymore. He drinks non-alcoholic booze now.
Right. So speaking of Mercedes, she has won her 13th championship.
Woohoo!
You have some information about this belt.
So,
first of all, do we want to first take a look at her glorious entrance?
Yeah, let's do that.
To win this belt and just how awesome it was. So here she comes. Here come the Belt Boys and the very obviously piped in chant. If there was any doubt that the CEO chants are literally in her music, it's all put to rest right here. But you know what? At least the CEO chants never stopped. Did you notice that?
Never. They were just
unfazed.
But
Unfazed by the entranceway falling apart.
So she won this title at House of Glory. So you'd think naturally, like, oh, she won the House of Glory. No, she did not win the House of Glory women's title. She won the APAC title. APAC is not some sort of political fundraising thing. APAC is a Malaysian wrestling company.
Wait, so she was in Malaysia, or did they come here so that she can win their belt? Yes. Hello. All right, I can't tell if I can't hear him or if he can't hear me. And there's only two of us. So you guys in the audience have got to tell me if you could still hear me. Yep. All right. So you and Cumia says Dis is dead. He better come back to life very soon, because otherwise this show is going to get really, really weird. All right. Dis, do whatever you have to do to get back, because it's just you and me now, brother. Oh, this is my worst nightmare. I don't like being alone on the show. So, all right, you guys can hear me. We can't hear Dis. We have no idea what's going on with him. He's telling me, oh, he's got to switch computers. That's just great. So let's see. Nope, no more super chats. So, guys, how you? All right, are you back? Son of a bitch. It's annoying. It's annoying. All right. So guys, also, by the way, we are at $123 for the evening. We are 177 away from our goal. So let's see if we can get there. Apparently Dis's other computer is in the next state over. And right now I'm just really cursing the fact that Awful's phone broke. You know. So also tonight, guys, just to let you know, you could go see, oh, thank God, Last Call Podcast checking in, saying, Marv, who do you want to see face John Cena, and who do you think will face John Cena in his last match? Bless your heart, Chris. I think it will be Gunther, and I think that is the right choice. So I think that, especially with the IC title involved, I think that having it be Gunther is going to be a good way to elevate that belt back up, because Sami Zayn took that belt and plunged it into the deepest depths of hell. So where it has resided ever since. Dominic brought it back up a little bit, but we'll see. Dis, are you back? I just saw he popped in with a new. All right. But thank you very much, Last Call Podcast. Regina Sharp for $5 says, hey, Marvin, watch while I pull a rabbit out of this hat. Roar. Oops, wrong hat. Very good. Very good, Regina Sharp. Oldie but a goodie. I like it. You and Cumia for $4.99 says, rough night, Marv? Well, apparently it is, right? Yeah, what is happening here? Add M3. What? Oh, you meant add me? If you're not even here and you told me to do this, because if you're talking, you're not coming through.
Oh, hey, are you okay?
Oh, there you are.
Hello. Okay, I'm doing it on my phone. So I don't know what happened on the computer. It looked fine to me. It looked like you were still hearing me, but then I got something that said my browser wasn't picking up my mic for some reason. So I switched to my phone. I'm getting my other computer set up. We'll have it. I couldn't exit, because if I exited, then we'd lose all the drops that we had.
Right.
So I couldn't exit out. That was the only problem. So I will be on a better mic and stuff shortly while I get the other computer set up.
You were just telling us about this Monet belt.
Yes. So
did she go to Malaysia for this, or did the Malaysia come to her?
Malaysia came to her. It was a trip to House of Glory. They were doing a show for a big what's it called? Like a convention type thing, So the company has been around since 2022 and has held 12 shows. This is their only title. There's no men's title. There's no other women's title. Only the women's title exists in that company. They also don't have many people wrestling for them. Now somehow this title has changed hands 5 times within 12 shows. And the title it's only been defended 11 times in its existence.
Oh boy.
So
by the way, looking at this picture, guys, get you a woman who looks at you the way Mercedes Moné looks at championship belts that she's won.
She looks very happy there winning that title. But yeah, so this is her 13th title. It's only her 8th or her 9th championship. They've actually gone and said, okay, she only has 9 championships. So that's
how
a plus, because 4 of them aren't real. 4 of them, one of the titles, the belts, is a belt.
Oh, it's the Owen Hart.
Right. One of them's the Owen Hart. One of them doesn't exist anymore because the company went under. There's just none of them are real. So I will give her props because she's saying at least it's only 9 titles. But again, what does this do for anybody? Who is this help except for Mercedes?
She loves it.
She does.
She loves it. You can tell she likes having belts.
Yeah, but it doesn't make her like, who is she? Okay, who is the person that she wants to prove that she's better than? That's my question.
Becky Lynch.
Because there has to be somebody. You think it's Becky Lynch?
It's Becky and Charlotte.
See, I thought Charlotte was my first, like that was the go-to. I thought immediately Charlotte. I guess Becky,
because Charlotte was always kind of like, I think when Becky had her big rise, I think that like broke Mercedes Moné.
Okay, I can see that. I can see that. She I don't know, Becky. When you look at where they are, like somehow Becky is fighting for the IC title in WWE and seeming like a bigger deal than Mercedes Moné, who has 13 belts. So obviously it's not doing a good job. She doesn't wrestle as well as she used to, as much as people want to claim that she's great. She's just not anymore.
No.
It's a scam. This feels like a scam.
It feels like she's just kind of like booking herself in a backyard fed, you know, like, well, I'm going to win every belt.
Yeah, that's exactly what it feels like. That's exactly what it feels. Okay, I'm about to come in here on my other name, so pay attention.
Okay. For
that, I won't have an avatar. Deal with it, people. I have to make this work somehow.
All right.
But while we're doing that, why don't we? I mean, there's not much more on Mercedes. You want to start with the Tooney stuff?
Yeah, we might as well. I want to make sure that you're here for that, though. So switch over.
Okay. Well, I got to plug my mic in. So, yeah, I don't know exactly what's going on with. Like I said, it came in. It said it was my browser, which is a very strange thing. Now I'm just rambling.
It's a StreamYard thing. I think
it's a StreamYard thing.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure that's what happened to Trish a couple times.
Okay, that makes sense. I mean, I do use Chrome, and Chrome sucks. But
StreamYard is terrible, and it's a good thing it doesn't cost $1 million a month, which it does.
Oh wait, it does cost $1 million a month, yeah, and it's the only thing anyone. It's the only thing anyone in the world uses anymore for some reason.
There are other options, like Kevin and I have been looking at a couple of other options, like Streamlabs and stuff like that. But who knows if it's actually?
I can get you set up on Stream Elements. That's what me and Awful use.
Oh yeah, does it work?
It takes a lot of work to get it to the point where it works, but then once it works, it's really nice. So
Culture uses this thing that like I don't even know how to describe the system that Culture uses, but it's really weird. Like you're able to he can hear you when you're not on stage.
Oh, yeah, I have that. We use that. We have something called OBS Ninja, and that kind of does it.
I don't think that's what Culture has. I don't know.
Okay,
Culture, and he's the only person I've ever seen use this weird service. So,
okay.
Let
me do that.
We are very happy that Culture is back with us and that he's feeling better because Culture was in the hospital recently. So we're happy that he's back.
All right, I'm going to add myself.
Okay, please do.
Where's the mic? Okay. Oh wow, there's 3 of me.
That's my worst friggin' nightmare. All right.
Okay, take me out.
Okay, so now this one is muted. They are on now. So unmute it. Just the button that says mute. You have to click that to unmute.
There we go. Hello. Hello.
All right, that's better.
Sorry guys. I didn't have I was so proud of myself because I'm like I got it down to 10 polls tonight. I don't need to I don't need to log in on a second computer and do all that crap. And of course, the one night that I do that is the one night that StreamYard messes up. And it's telling me I can fix it by reloading, but you know what happens when I reload?
We lose everything. So yep.
We can't do that. But I'm here. We're good.
All right. So let's see. Let's move on. So Tony Khan, our new favorite thing is Tony Khan going live on Twitter. And he did it, 3 times this week?
He did it in the past since we've been on. Yes, he has done it 3 times in a week's time. Yes,
I love it.
One of them is great because he comes on for a second, he comes on for like a minute, and then he goes away, and then he comes back and he's like, "Hey, you lost me there for a second."
Is this the one where like his Jamaican nanny accidentally switches the camera?
So I looked, I saw that clip from Mercedes Monet posted it. And I looked through this live and I couldn't see it, but it might be in there. Boris, we do have the Ariel interview, so we will be getting to that. Don't worry.
Yeah, chill. It's a long
well, he was in there. I saw him in the chat during the Ariel interview today. He was all over it. So he's excited. He's excited.
All right.
It's great to be with.
Oh God, no! Because it was here. It was in this set where the thing with the. Yeah. Hi.
This is on his yacht. If you can't tell,
his dad's yacht.
His dad's yacht. He'll tell you. He'll tell you.
Hi. It's great to be with you here live from the Motor Yacht Kismet in Jacksonville, Florida. This is one of the most beautiful places I could imagine joining you from, and we're celebrating a lot. It's a big Friday night because we just had.
This is sped up 1.5 times, by the way.
It is.
Had a great AEW Blood and Guts. It did great viewership. Thank you all, whether you were there live in Greensboro or joined us on TBS or HBO Max. We just had a great audience.
I'm sorry, it did great viewership?
Apparently.
Because the Blood and Guts one, right? Where they had 100,000 other extra people? Okay.
Right, yeah.
But remember, ratings don't matter.
It's a good point, Matthew Hossetter. He has a giant Titantron in his dad's boat behind him.
Seriously, what the hell?
A great show. I'm so excited about it. And this is going to be a big weekend. We're coming up on AEW Collision tomorrow night, and I wanted to talk a little bit about it and talk about what I think is going to be a great weekend and then a great week ahead going into.
Oh my gosh. He said great 10 times already.
Just wait. I believe the final count for the Ariel interview was 117 times that he said great during that interview. So, but this is great. Also, I hear that the Collision ratings are abysmal, insanely low. So,
AEW Full Gear. So as I get ready to depart Kismet and head to Erie, Pennsylvania for tomorrow's Collision, I just thought it'd be great to talk a bit about the show. Of course, Mark Briscoe and the conglomeration and Darby Allin were victorious in the Blood and Guts match this past week on Dynamite.
Here's where he starts talking like it's a shoot, but then also referencing it as a work.
Right. Yeah, he can't make up his mind.
Thought it was a fantastic, fantastic match. And now Mark Briscoe can focus on Full Gear next week.
Wait, the boat's rocking. What's that? What's that in the distance? Can you imagine? Because you would cue me for $5. We need Somali pirates to rage action. Could you imagine if this live got overtaken by Somali pirates who take him hostage, but the entire thing is still being live streamed?
And here's Tony. He has to be performative. So he'll be like, wow, I didn't expect this to happen. Can you believe how exciting this is? This is great, guys.
Yeah, hold on.
So we've just been taken hostage by these very nice black gentlemen who say that they're pirates, but there's not one eye patch among them.
Man, why'd you have to make him black? Now I can't do the voice.
I am the captain now. Okay, but you're not the booker of AEW. As long as we're clear about that, you can be the captain, but you're not going to be the booker.
Would you like the Jaguars? Would you like
I'll give you the Jaguars, but not AEW. Portals!
TNT Championship match with no disqualification. But we do know that if Mark Briscoe does not win the TNT title, if Kyle Fletcher wins this match, Mark Briscoe will have to join the Don Callis family. And Mark Briscoe will be...
Oh, no. Then we'll never know if he's a face or a heel.
I hate those storylines, dude.
Because everyone in the Don Callis family is both a face and a heel at the same time.
A little side note, but I saw this week. Remember when John Cena joined the Nexus? Remember that whole thing when he was forced to join the Nexus?
Yes.
Did you? Wade Barrett said that John Cena wouldn't wear a Nexus shirt because he didn't get residuals from them.
Well, if that's not the greatest thing I've ever heard in my life.
So he was putting the Nexus, but he's like, no, I gotta wear my shit.
Couldn't they have made a John Cena Nexus shirt?
I mean, he was only in there for a couple weeks, so I imagine they probably didn't have time to. Yeah, and also Vince used to fly by the seat of his pants all the time. He probably wasn't planning that far ahead.
Right.
taking on one of the most dangerous men in the Don Callis family, Mark Davis, tomorrow on Collision. We announced that at the end of Dynamite. There's a lot of people excited about it, and I know Mark Briscoe and Mark Davis are really looking forward to this one. But ahead of the TNT Championship match, you might remember last Saturday, the TNT champion, Kyle Fletcher, busted in on my...
Oh, my goodness.
Speaking of busting in.
Wait, yeah, what's that in the distance?
Oh no, the Somali pirates are invading!
Oh, what in the blue hell is he doing?
He is on his father's yacht, and he is doing another Twitter live stream.
Oh wow! What a way to relate to the folks.
We've all been saying that like the greatest thing that could possibly happen right now would be yo ho, brother.
He left me his hat. I wear it now. Oh my
live stream.
God.
It was not quite as scenic of a place as here on the Kismet. It was not the same location, but it was a great location and it was a great Collision. And I thought it was a tremendous.
Yes, the location of Collision is just as nice as your father's $350 million yacht.
Yeah, Collision didn't happen on a boat, guys. Collision was it was in an arena. He has to
Believe it or
clarify
not,
that.
Collision always happens on land. Isn't that weird?
I was like, I would think that he should probably want to host Collision on his yacht. Give someone something to talk about.
Well, yeah, because then at least like the servants that have to work on the yacht would be there to watch.
We've got a sold-out house here on my father's yacht.
The Kismet.
Is it really called the Kismet?
It is. Yep.
Yeah, he called it that. I was like, wait. I was gonna ask, like, wait, is he douchey enough to really have a yacht named Kismet?
He does. He has a yacht named Kismet.
And the show again had great viewership and it was a great episode. Kyle Fletcher went out there and had a tremendous match with Ace Austin. He didn't have to go out there and defend the title because we know he's set for a defense against Mark Briscoe.
Oh yes, we all know that. We all know that, Tony.
Yeah.
This vicious heel that we have is such a competitor that he
Kyle
had
Fletcher has told me he wants to defend the championship. Kyle Fletcher wants to get out there and have another title fight, even if it means that there's not going to be a Briscoe versus Fletcher match at Full Gear. Well, I've looked at the top contenders, and somebody who I think would be a great challenger tomorrow night for a TNT title fight is a former TNT champion and somebody who is unbeaten since he returned to AEW this year. Somebody who's been chomping at the bit for a challenge like this, and I'm talking about a former two-time TNT champion, Scorpio Sky. Scorpio Sky.
Oh yeah, what?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
What?
He's been undefeated since returning to AEW because I don't actually ever let him wrestle.
Wait. How long has Scorpio Sky been back?
He came back for one match. I do remember one match where, because everyone on the internet, like I said, for a week, people were like, Scorpio Sky hasn't been around in a while. And then Scorpio Sky posted something, was like, yeah, I don't know why I'm not around. And then they brought him back.
Oh, that's the worst thing that you can do as an AEW guy, by the way. When people question the fact that you're not around, if you acknowledge it, it's probably the worst thing you could do.
Yeah. If you want to be back, yes.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why, why are you booking your heel champion to be a man of the people fighting champion? Like that doesn't make any sense at all.
That's what they do on SmackDown.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
He's been doing great things with Skyflight, mentoring Dante and Darius Top Flight and Layla Gray. We saw them pick up a very impressive win.
Wait. So he's been mentoring people? Where is that happening? Behind the scenes?
Yeah, he's mentoring all the black people that aren't Hurt Business.
Yeah.
It's
Everyone that MVP isn't already mentoring, Scorpio Sky's got him. Don't worry.
Scorpio Sky has been assigned all of the black people who don't get used on TV. This is what it's like.
We're climbing on my dad's boat right now. Scorpio Sky represents them too. You guys look like somebody that Scorpion Sky might. Oh, you have a gun.
You're right, Kev. Though, like Private Party isn't even on TV, so he's mentoring people that also aren't on TV.
What the hell?
This past week on ROH, I've seen great things out of Skyflight. Scorpio Sky, a former TNT champion, and I think he would be a great challenger and will be a great challenger for the TNT title tomorrow night on Collision. We've got so many great things to look forward to on this show, and there's a lot of excitement around AEW right now. A lot of excitement around.
No, there is not. By the way, Jay Evans with point of the night. Imagine if Triple H live streamed from a fucking yacht.
Oh God, the outrage, the incel outrage. How dare he flex his privilege? He's on his wife's daddy's boat. Is it called the USSSA?
Championships. I talked about the TNT championship on the line tomorrow night and at Full Gear. It could potentially be a very, very different matchup, though, if Scorpio Sky is victorious and wins the TNT championship.
But you don't have to worry about that.
No, he's not going. There's no chance.
Tomorrow night, he could potentially change the landscape of Full Gear completely by becoming a 3-time TNT champion tomorrow on Collision. Speaking of champions.
Tony Khan is like the blind side. Very good, Beard.
We're in the middle of the women's tag team championship tournament. We've had some great matches, and last week we had a tremendous AEW Blood and Guts. The men in Blood and Guts were awesome, and the women in Blood and Guts were awesome.
Oh, they're both awesome.
Yeah.
So better than great.
That was one of the hardest hitting nights of professional wrestling that I've had.
Is he reading off of a cue card?
Who would hold it?
Because he hasn't repeated himself yet.
That's true. I mean, he has, but he hasn't. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, he isn't telling us what day the show is on 4,000 times.
Yeah.
Well, also, this was put out right before Collision, so it could be a thing where it's like he's realized that everyone who's watching is already going to watch. I don't know. I'm just trying to drum up
that's entirely
social media engagement.
Yeah, no, that is entirely too self-aware to be an actual thing that went through his head.
Ever seen, and I'm really proud of everybody in AEW who made it possible. Now, with this tag team championship tournament going on, now we're back to some straight wrestling. And one thing I thought was really
straight wrestling.
Sure. None of those lesbians anymore.
What do you mean? This is old. Why is it straight wrestling? What about the T's and the Q wrestling?
Excuse me, did someone say straight wrestling? Shit, piss, fuck, cunt. Tony Storm only does lesbian wrestling. You have to say it like that, lesbian, because that's how old school Hollywood celebrities would say it, lesbian.
if
Warner's Day.
if Tony would have followed that line by saying, because we got those lesbians out of here last week,
we dropped them out of here.
I would have changed my opinion on Tony Khan completely.
Yeah, no, he'd win me over. I'd be like, I gotta watch Collision this week.
You're getting a little fuzzy. You might want to
Collision
restart
was
your
the
thing.
performance of Maya World and High End, who stepped in, and while they didn't pick up the win, they were tremendous.
Oh,
Are you kidding me?
they were tremendous fun, Tony.
He's talking about the lesbians. That was who they stepped in for. He's definitely alluding to it at this point, but oh, Maya World. We took a look at her last week with she was the one who everyone put up on their shoulders and carried around the internet because she wrestled instead of Nixon Noel or whatever her name is. Oh, because they don't want those, we can't have those Trump voting, Andrew Tate loving lesbians in our company.
Hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah.
Fighting against an established tag team, a top established tag team, Ty Conti and Anna Jay. Well, Ty and Anna picked up a great win, but I was really impressed by High End and Maya World. So I'm going to give them another opportunity to take on one of the teams entering this tag team tournament, and that is Alex Windsor and Riho. Riho making a return to AEW and ahead of the
Oh God!
On.
Somebody alert Gail Kim.
tag team tournament. She's going to team up with Alex Windsor. We know those two are going to be fighting Timeless Tony Storm and Mina Shirakawa in the first round, and we're not sure what kind of condition Tony Storm and especially Mina Shirakawa are going to be in after that blood and guts.
Somewhere Gail Kim just stood up like Michael Keaton in Batman '89.
Oh, we know what kind of condition Tony Storm is showing up. The condition where it's time to scissor in the ring.
It's so
wink,
funny.
wink, nudge, nudge. I'm very subtle in my comedy. That's the thing that I think most people really appreciate about what I bring to the table. It's my subtlety. You have to read between the lines.
It's so funny that they bring Riho in the week after every AEW fan on earth bullied women for 3 days. And,
I know.
Go back in time and watch.
I like to just give my fans all the opportunities to be hypocrites that they could possibly need.
Right. It's so funny with that too. It's like women, if a woman says anything bad about AEW, they get attacked. But then if you say that Riho, her skirt didn't match her top, then you get accused of cyberbullying and called her bigot and racist and all kinds of stuff. So
she's only 12.
But we will have Windsor and Riho taking on High End and Maya World on Collision tomorrow night. It's going to be an awesome episode. Speaking of which, Timeless Tony Storm will be there, and I think she's going to have a lot to say. So Timeless Tony Storm is going to be...
Oh, will she ever? I didn't hit the thing this time just because it was a one-liner.
At Collision, we're going to be looking at some of the top teams in this tag team tournament, and I'm really excited about that. And speaking of the top championships in wrestling, we're going to be launching a new championship in AEW, the National Championship. And next week on Dynamite, we'll have a huge Wednesday night. It's the go-home show in Boston. And we'll take a look at this Casino Gauntlet match tomorrow. Take a look at some participants in the match, but also we'll have some matches next week to determine who has the number 1 and number 2 slots in that gauntlet to become the first ever AEW National Champion at Full Gear in the Casino Gauntlet match.
Hold on a second.
Yes.
They're having another gauntlet match
for another championship. Yes, the national championship, which, as you know, is the same championship that the NWA had in Georgia Championship Wrestling 30 years ago, except it's not, even though he said it was.
Hold on a second.
Because Billy Corgan said he was going to sue.
How exactly did he get his hands on that title, and how did he get away from Billy Corgan?
He didn't. He had him and Tony Schiavone stood there awkwardly and gave the history of that title and said they were bringing it to AEW. And then everyone in the NWA said, we have that belt.
Mike Mondo just won it.
Yeah.
Like 2 days ago.
And then AEW Legal had him very, very quickly rewind.
He called
Houston.
he apparently he called Billy Corgan and had a quote unquote nice conversation. And they are on the same page. And now Tony goes around and just says, I'm 100% convinced that that's the only reason he brought Tony Schiavone on last week. I am
to be the
100%
fall
convinced.
guy. To
be the fall guy.
patsy.
Yeah, he had Tony Schiavone come on and say, this was, look at all the great history from Georgia Championship Wrestling that the
I didn't say it. Tony Schiavone said it.
Right, because there's no other reason to bring Tony Schiavone on.
Oh, goodness. The NCAA cares. Awful, you don't get to quip when you're not on the show.
And there's been a lot of talk about the national title and the national title match. And there's been talk from people in and outside of AEW. It's been really interesting. And
yeah, it's been a lot of talk from people in AEW and then the lawyers outside of AEW for the NWA that wrote me a really mean note.
Did you know?
Of course,
the guy who books NWA has a gimmick in NWA called Kenny O'Crappa, where he he just parodies Kenny Omega.
I mean, it's not the most inventive name I've ever heard in my life.
No, it's not.
I got it. My gimmick name's gonna be Stone Cold Steve Poop.
It's like Tommy Rich's son or something. Actually, is the guy doing it?
National championship will be decided at AEW Full Gear. But when I recently announced it, I saw a lot of talk online, and there was chatter from even wrestlers from other promotions, people all over. And wrestlers are going to talk.
A lot of it was what the fuck.
I just won this title.
That's totally cool. But I ended up having a really nice conversation about it.
That's totally cool. But I wrote all of their names down, and they're never going to work for me ever.
With the president of the NWA, Billy Corgan, because of course the NWA National Championship has a great history of its own, and when we created a national champion,
it's the same history that I hyped for this championship last week.
Yeah, and it was Austin Idol's son. Thank you, Travis, in the chat. Yeah, Austin Idol's son.
I saw NWA wrestlers saying, "Hey, we have a national title." Well, AEW is a separate company. We have our own lineage, and I'd like to.
That makes my head explode right there. You cut a 90-minute promo with Tony Schiavone about how you're bringing back the national championship with its lineage dating back to Georgia Championship Wrestling, and had Tony Schiavone sit there and run down the history of that belt. You absolute fraud.
But you're an idiot, Marv. AEW doesn't say NWA. Are you serious right now?
Yeah, it's AEW, and none of those words. Well, okay, 2 of those letters are the same, but like not all of them, and they're not in the same order. Duh.
To say that Billy, I have a lot of respect for him. I have a lot of respect for what he's doing. I really love the traditions of pro wrestling, and I had a really nice talk with Billy. And we hadn't talked in a long time, so I think it was good for him to hear this. I respect him, and I respect the NWA. And we're trying to do something different here. We brought pro wrestling back to TBS, but there are a lot of promotions that have had a great history on TBS before AEW, and one of them is the NWA. And I think
which is why we took their belt. I mean, why they have their belt and we have ours.
It's great that Billy's trying to keep that tradition alive and revive it. So we had a really nice talk about this. So to any of the wrestlers anywhere in the world, and particularly some of you in the NWA,
please don't be mad at me. Please be my friends.
You might be happy to hear Billy and I had a very nice talk about this, and I'm sure he would say the same. And speaking of
he hasn't,
and getting back to the
yeah, no, he has not. He has not said that at all.
Topic of AEW Collision and all the things we're looking forward to. That show is, again,
I believe that he called Billy Corgan and he said all of that stuff to Billy Corgan, and Billy Corgan went, "Yep, all right, cool."
How much money? How much money are you gonna give me?
You let the lawyers.
I'm sorry. How did you get my number exactly?
Please give me the name of whoever gave you my number so that I can never speak to them again. Should we play a little clip of him and Schiavone talking about it?
We might lose our spot on this. I don't know how that works.
We're at 5 minutes and 34 seconds into this.
Okay, yeah, pull it up. You can pull it up.
Okay.
All you gotta do is fast forward to when Schiavone
Great to see you again.
Yeah.
I'm here backstage at Wednesday Night Dynamite with my great friend, Mr. Tony Schiavone.
Tony.
What an exciting show it's going to
Wait, the little arm touch. The little arm touch.
Don't touch me.
be. We had a very exciting conclusion to last week's Fright Night Dynamite, Tony. And we're about to get...
Oh, okay. So this is when he talks to Tony Schiavone while looking dead into the camera, but is addressing Tony Schiavone, who's right next to him.
Yeah.
Yes, remember this from last week.
Kicking off minutes from now on TBS, the Superstation, and on HBO Max with Wednesday Night Dynamite. It's our final Dynamite before next week's.
A little bit.
I know. I wanted Kev to see just how awkward it was at first.
Okay.
This is bizarre. Tony Schiavone, like, if you ever needed a visual representation of the phrase "dead inside,"
Yeah.
Yes.
it is Tony Schiavone.
Yeah.
Well, Tony Schiavone should be the only one doing these things. This is all Tony Schiavone should be doing. He
Yes.
should be going on. Yeah, that's all he should be doing. But Tony Khan has to do it, and bring in Tony Schiavone.
National title.
There he goes.
Came to work with you when Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling and Georgia Championship Wrestling merged.
Yeah, in 1985 we merged.
There you go.
Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling and Georgia Championship Wrestling merged, and there was a U.S. Championship and there was a National Championship, and these two championships together were put together. One match at the
This is the lineage of the NWA National Championship.
Omni back in
clearly doing
1986, and it became the U.S. Championship. So we haven't had a national champion in almost 40 years, Tony.
Fire!
Except for the one that exists right now.
Yeah, except for Mike Mondo, who won it 3 days before this showed up on the internet.
All right, so we're good on this. We see that they're lying. Okay.
He does.
Coming
At
up
the
very
end, he
soon.
does say,
And we've had so much great action.
he does say eventually, and now we're bringing it into AEW.
Yep.
Like that's how he closes the whole thing.
On the show. The show regularly features some of the best wrestling and the best wrestlers in the world. And I thought it would be so awesome to look at some of these top rivalries and put some of the hardest hitters and the highest flyers in one great all-star 8-man tag match that combines some big rivalries and some of the most exciting stars in AEW. And boy, was it a great.
This is sped up 1.5 times, which
It
means
is.
that like at 5:52 right now, this has probably been going on for what, 7 minutes, 8 minutes?
This video was 11 minutes long before I edited it. So
match last week when Juice Robinson and Austin Gunn, the Bang Bang Gang, picked up a win over FTR. Now, there were some other people involved in that. We saw Bandito and his brother Gravity get involved, and we know FTR will be challenging Brodito for those World Tag Team titles at AEW Full Gear. I thought, since Bandito wants to get his hands on FTR, I know FTR want to get in the ring with Bandito. I know they want to get in the ring with Juice Robinson, but also I think FTR want a piece of another tag team that they have a lot of history with, and a tag team that wants a piece of FTR that got involved last week.
oh my gosh, shut up!
There is there is clearly somebody holding that camera, by the way, because it's moving.
It's his nanny. We
Yeah.
discussed this.
Oh, you look so cute there, Mr. Tooney.
This is so bad.
Oh.
In that
You know what? Like, at least he's getting this out of his system on Twitter. Could you imagine if he was doing this on the show?
Oh god, he used to. This is the worst one of all of them that we've watched. This is easily the worst one on the boat.
It's
by
mindless.
by far.
FTR Bang Bang Gang match, and that is Jet Speed. So I think it would be great to take Bandito and Juice Robinson and Jet Speed for the most popular, for the most exciting stars in AEW.
He's just cutting a Jack Tunney promo for like 10 minutes.
Why is this still going on?
And he's just making stuff up. Like, on what planet is Jet Speed popular? You know, like where does this? Where does he talk? It doesn't make it's dumb.
Put them on one team, Juice Robinson, Bandito, and Jet Speed, and put them all together to take on FTR. And FTR are going to come and they're going to roll with one of the most dangerous teams out there. Guys who have no love lost with Bandito, certainly no love lost, definitely with Jet Speed. And that is the ROH World Tag Team Champions, Sammy Guevara and Roosh, the LFI. We'll see.
Wait, what the hell?
That's the nanny.
This is where his nanny turns the camera around.
Yeah. She gets bored and just shows herself instead.
Guys who have no love lost with Bandito,
Wait.
certainly no love lost, definitely with Jet Speed. And that is the ROH World Tag Team Champions, Sammy Guevara and Roosh, the LFI. We'll see the LFI against Bandito, Juice Robinson.
It's totally like, I think she was doing the exact same thing I do, where it's just like, wow, you know?
Oh no, that was 100%. Like, hold on. What does Tony Khan's sister look like? Because I want to see.
Oh, Tony Khan's sister. She's an attractive woman. She's also. I don't think that's her. I don't think that's her.
No.
No, that's definitely the nanny.
Not saying that woman isn't attractive. I'm saying it doesn't look like her. I don't.
Oh yeah, no, it doesn't. I just looked. Oh my gosh, that was really fun. Hold on, one more time for that one.
And put them all together to take on FTR. And FTR are going to come and they're going to roll with one of the most dangerous teams out there. Guys who have no love lost with Bandito, certainly no love lost, definitely with Jet Speed. And that is the ROH World Tag Team Champions, Sammy Guevara and Roosh, the LFI. We'll see the LFI team up against Bandito, Juice Robinson, and Jet Speed. That's going to be absolutely fantastic. And there's going to be a lot more great action and a lot more to look forward to. This is going to be a fantastic show. And like I said, whether it's that 8-man tag match, FTR,
you know
LFI
who she looks like?
Jet Speed.
She looks like the woman. Remember the woman who Dax yelled at Ring of Honor, who was on her phone in the front row? That's what she looks like. What? It's like Tony hired her as an apology.
Oh man.
Bandito and Juice Robinson, whether it's this TNT title match, Kyle Fletcher versus Scorpio Sky, or the challenger at Full Gear for the TNT title, Mark Briscoe taking on Mark Davis, High-End and Maya World returning to Collision to take on Rio and Alex Windsor, Timeless Tony Storm coming to Erie, Pennsylvania tomorrow, and of course, so much more to look forward to. There's going to be a great, great show, and it's going to be an awesome Collision, and that's why before I leave for Erie, before I leave this beautiful Motor Yacht Kismet, I wanted to go live with all of you and say hi.
He has to say the name of the boat over and over and over
every time. It's in his contract with his dad.
And say, I hope you can join us. It's coming up very soon. It's Friday night right now. It's a beautiful Friday night. I hope you're all having a great start to your weekend, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. It's less than 24 hours from right now, and I'll see you for AEW Collision then, and I wish you a good night. Thank you very much.
Okay. So the next thing I will say, Marv, I would give it about a minute and a half, and then we need to switch over to the RL stuff. There's something funny that happens right at the beginning, but then past that, it's just more of this. So, you know.
All right, let's do it.
Of course, he has to awkwardly sit there and stare at the camera for like a minute. There he goes. There he is.
Hey, everyone.
Oh my God! Look at the way he's standing. Hold on.
Why do his clothes never actually fit properly? He's got $1 billion, and all of his suits look like he just picked them up off the rack. What is going on?
Look at that. He looks like he's on the Good Ship Lollipop. Where he's just about to go, boop, boop, be-doop, boop.
Yeah, he takes pictures like all 2-year-old boys whose mommy says smile for the camera. What is his
little hands folded in front of him? Like, my God, you are a grown man.
He's dressed like Mike McGurk for some reason.
It's like he's having picture day in the second grade. It looks like a prom photo of a nerd who didn't have a date, but is still going to the prom.
All right.
Hey, everyone.
Hey.
I hope you're all having a great Saturday. I'm with you live in Erie, Pennsylvania. It's a beautiful place. It's not quite as glamorous as where I was last night, maybe, but it is awesome, and it's going to be a great
It's a piece of shit.
Yes, this plain wall in Bumblefuck, Pennsylvania is not as nice as my father's $350 million yacht.
Israel's the drizzle shits compared to my daddy's yacht. You know.
It's like you knew we were going to be watching
Saturday. AEW Collision. We have a great lineup, and we're just hours away from going live on TNT and HBO Max at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central tonight. We've got huge matches. Of course, we've got...
Wait, what?
Huge matches.
Huge matches.
Huge
matches. They're all
huge.
He just seems way more excited this time.
Maybe he got a note that he should need to sound more excited.
Probably, or you know, he drank some Coke. I'm guessing that's what it is.
A lot of great action. I talked about some of it with you last night, where I joined you from the Motor Yacht Kismet. We announced some awesome action tonight, including.
Why? Why does he have to say the name of the yacht concept, the Motor Yacht Kismet? Why couldn't he just say, I joined you from the boat?
I'm telling you, it's a contract with his dad. His dad's like, you can have the yacht, but you have to mention it every time you are on TV.
Why is it the motor yacht? Like, we know it's motorized.
Yeah, don't all yachts have a motor?
Because it sounds fancy that way.
A big match I'm excited about, which is an 8-man tag team match that really sees a lot of big rivalries coming together. We saw FTR. Of course, FTR get involved with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat this past Wednesday night. And FTR has been picking fights with just about...
Yeah, and then Ricky the Dragon Steamboat told everybody what he thought about the show.
So what did he say?
Ricky Steamboat. Okay, so he did the bit with FTR, and then he did an interview with Bill Apter. And in the interview with Bill Apter, he asked him what he thought about the show. And Ricky Steamboat's like, that blood and guts stuff, not really for me. Too much blood. I didn't like them getting out of the cage. And that didn't really tell us. And then Bill Apter's like, okay, well, what about the rest of the show? And he goes, well, I saw a couple dark matches. Not really for me. I mean, there's no psychology. Like he just had nothing good to say. That's not true.
What did you ever do?
He said he was treated very nice and that Tony Khan is a very nice man.
And he followed me into the bathroom.
Yeah, he felt very respected. Like he said that stuff. But then every time they asked him about the product, he's just like, nah, not for me. Not my thing. Ric Flair noped out before the match, before the show started. And, my rotator cuff.
But yeah, by noped out means passed out.
Yeah. No, listen, I've got a lot of pride, and I'd rather be doing playing challenges and pushing myself and drinking in strangers' living rooms or restaurants. So I'm going to go do nothing over here while you do bad things over there.
My rotator cuff hurts so bad, I can't cut a promo against FTR.
Everybody around here. We've seen they've had major issues with jet speed. Of course, it has to be said, FTR have done and said some terrible things around Bandito and his family. And they'll be challenging Brody King and Bandito.
Is he just cutting the same promo that he cut the day before?
That's why I said give it until you'll know when to stop. You'll know when to stop.
The World Tag Team Champions at Full Gear. We've got the Ring of Honor World Champion Bandito in the house. We've got Jet Speed in the house. And we have a man who picked up a huge win over FTR last week, a man who's red hot in AEW, Juice Robinson. They all want to crack it at the top guys, FTR. And it's going to be FTR teaming up with the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions, Rush and Sammy Guevara, tonight. LFI and FTR teaming up against Jet Speed. I lost you for a second. I've got a really better camera. People, I'm just kidding. I've got the best in the business behind this phone. And he's doing
okay,
great.
that was it.
Oh my god, I lost you there for a second. Oh man,
did he fall asleep? What happened?
Whatever servant was running the camera was like, you know what? We need to just stop this.
So
for the sake of humanity, I have to kill this stream.
I cut it together. Those are two separate streams. Like the stream completely ended. And then he started another one where he's like, oh, I lost you, guy.
Oh my God.
Okay.
What kind of fit do you think he threw when that stream got cut off?
There was about 3 minutes between the time that the one ended and the next one started. So
we got to pull the hashtags back in. Oh, one more time.
Up with the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions, Rush and Sammy Guevara, tonight. LFI and FTR teaming up against Jet Speed. I lost you for a second. I've got to employ better camera.
By the way, did you notice it was the same match that he was talking about when the camera switched to the maid's face?
It is, you're right. She just really hates Jet Speed, apparently.
But we don't know if it was the maid. It might have been his girlfriend. We don't know.
Oh no, his girlfriend was the winner of America's Next Top Model. So.
Oh right, because it's pure love. I'm sure.
Right, I'm sure.
It has nothing to do with anything else.
They're in love. Go ahead, John.
Does it? His girlfriend isn't from Canada.
I know she might.
Yeah, she was here last week, but you just missed her.
His girlfriend is dating Beast Mortis right now.
Yeah.
And they're eating spaghetti together.
A couple super chats before we move on to the Ariel Hawani stuff. You and Kumia for another $5, bringing us to 133. Says rough night, Marv. A little bit.
Mike Middleton. 5 minutes before he came on, Kev, my mic completely cut out, and I had no way to. I was scrambling to get on, and then I get on, and then like a minute after I got on, you pop into.
Yeah, I know. Mike Middleton for $2.79 says Dis had info to arrest Hillary Clinton. So that's why they shot him down, right?
I got the Epstein list. I was about to read it.
Yeah, no wonder you got shot right down. Mike Middleton for 279 says the most boomer stream to ever boomer stream. None of us are boomers.
Man, we should just start having technical problems. We'll get a whole bunch of super chats.
Yeah, seriously. You and Cumia for 5. That brings us to 142. Says needs Somali pirates to raid Jacksonville. We haven't read that one. Regina Sharp for another 5. Bring us to 147. The Tooney button makes Marvin so high pitched he talks to the Dolphins.
Did you hear we're within years of being able to decipher sperm whale language? By the way,
yeah, that needs to not happen. That needs, because I guarantee you they're pricks.
The first thing they say is Dynamite wasn't very good this week.
Yeah. Ooh, there are only 2 genders. these whales have got to go.
Ooh, the last Avengers movie was disappointing.
Ooh, I know who's on the Epstein list.
Okay. That's a bit.
Retard.
Ooh, I think AI has gone too far.
We have to stop letting women direct TV shows.
What's suffering for suffrage?
Go woke, go broke. Bernard never drew money.
I was disappointed in the last Wicked movie.
Who cares about cage match ratings?
Okay, we'll just end up doing this for the next hour. We have to stop.
I just capsized the motor yacht Kismet.
Why does he keep calling it a motor yacht?
Regina Sharp for $5. Oh, an obligatory ancient joke. He's on a boat. Oh
my gosh. Now I just want to do a sperm whale podcast.
BT23 for $5 says, question for Tooney. How worried are you about WB possibly being bought by the Saudis? Do you have any plans just in case? Well, if we hit the super chat goal, then he'll answer that.
Thank you.
Euacumia for $4.99 says, Tony Storm, read my lips, the other lips.
Oh God.
Awful had the best one. I'm sorry.
Ooh, Pink Mafia.
Ooh, let me give you my thoughts on Palestine.
Yeah. Ooh, Crane.
Ooh, Hassan Piker shocked his dog.
Ooh, Building 7. Ooh.
We need to stop.
Ooh, demonetized.
Oh my God.
I like how we just devolved into laughing.
Just devolves into either woke based whale or like based sperm whale. Oh.
Ooh, 6'7". Ooh. Thank you, Regina. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Woof. Gotta put the
South Park is out of ideas. Cynthia Erivo's weird.
Oh man, we found the new thing where you can it's how you can make offensive jokes. You just act like you're a sperm whale.
It's not us, it's the whales.
It is the whales. Save the whales.
It's the new puppet. I didn't say it, the puppet said it.
It's endangered privilege.
Oh God! If I had a nickel for every time I've had to say to somebody, I didn't say it, the puppet said it. Regia Sharp for $5, which is $162. It's a little known fact, but I'm actually the minor regional district sub-district AEW intergender tag team gauntlet champion with Mitt Frosting. The Regia Sharp for another $5. Says, we have a long history for this belt, directly in line with the original. Also, Tony Khan, our belt is a legally distinct separate belt with its own history. You and Kimia for $2. Bring us to $169. Nice. Says Shad should have used protection. I'm sure Shad thinks that a lot. Rabid Wolverines LC Killer 17 for $2. Says some reason Tony Khan reminds me of Ariana Grande. He's got about 100 pounds on her. Did you see? I was completely off topic, but did you see this clip that I had to write about today, where Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande are doing an interview, and a helicopter flies overhead while Cynthia Erivo is answering, and she stops, buries her face in her hands, and starts crying. And then Ariana Grande starts batting at the air like she's trying to swat the helicopter away from them.
I thought you were going to say the helicopter blew them away.
Oh, that might have been what almost. They were wearing seatbelts, I think. Like your J81 goes, ooh, Eddie Guerrero. Oh my gosh.
Ooh. Daniel Garcia is better than Dom. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So Tony Khan appeared on Ariel Helwani. So a little backstory here. If Tony Khan had never gone on Ariel Helwani the first time and it hadn't gone the way that it went, there would never have been a Tooneytown Wrestling.
Correct.
Because I was so I thought it was so funny, that interview. And when Ariel Helwani then called him Snowman afterward, after he went on that, like, you're a fraud, you're as much of a journalist as Tony Schiavone, where Tony Schiavone caught a stray for like no reason. That was why I wrote Tony the Snowman. I think the last line of Tony the Snowman is there'd be no song if he hadn't swung at Ariel Helwani.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it was the last one, but I know it's in there.
Yeah, I think it's the last line.
So they don't like each other, or they didn't.
Yeah.
But now they're best friends, apparently. Because, man, Ariel was so sweet to Tony Khan on this interview.
So, but since Tony has been on, has Ariel had AEW guys on his show?
Yeah, he had Darby. And
okay,
and the most douche-chilling interview of all time.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. This one just says Tony Bish. Is this about Bischoff?
This is about it's about online critics. So it's about us.
Okay.
It's
impression. I look at a lot of things. I listen to a lot of things. I feel like there's a lot of these like YouTube pundits, especially like the old timers, so to speak. And I hope they don't take.
They sit around and they make sperm whale noises and put words in the whale's mouth. I don't understand what happens.
Take offense to this, but you know the guys who have been there, done that, who feel like it seems to me like they have an axe to grind with you.
It's interesting because
why do you think this is?
I don't know. I think
you know what I'm talking about, right? Like
sure, I do.
Cornets, the Bischoffs, like every single video, if you type in your name, it's never complimentary of AEW or yourself.
It clearly does engagement for them to talk about AEW because you wouldn't spend such a long.
Comb your hair, for the love of God.
He looks like he got a bowl cut. Like this looks like
he looks like Shemp.
He does look like Shemp. That's what he looks like.
He does look like Shemp. Your father is a billionaire. You can afford a stylist, somebody to make you look like you didn't just come out of the janitor's closet doing a big fat line
and shave. Yeah. Why does he have the 5 o'clock shadow? It's not like it makes him look manly.
No, Good Lord, no.
Large percentage of your real estate, and you wouldn't devote such a large percentage of your content to talking about AEW unless it was engaging. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a smart.
Well, let me tell you, as somebody who runs a podcast right now, it's nowhere near as engaging as it used to be.
And the only reason it was ever engaging was because of how terrible it was.
Yes.
Strategy.
Why do you think they do it so much?
Well, we're ongoing. We're putting on wrestling 52 weeks a year, and people want to talk about current events. And right now, AEW is a huge part of the wrestling landscape. We put great shows.
All wrestling is ongoing. That's not a win.
Yes.
Okay. That's wrestling.
Yeah. Weirdly enough, they're not talking about they're not making fun of TNA.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Goes on. Tomorrow is a Wednesday night, and we're gonna have a great Wednesday night Dynamite tomorrow. Yes! And I think that any given week, you can count on there's going to be AEW putting on new content to talk about, and we're one of the major.
Oh yes, lots of stuff to talk about every week, Tony. You're very right.
I like
wrestling brand.
He just tells it like it's about. Tomorrow night's going to be great, and the next night's going to be great, and the next night's going to be great.
Oh,
so that's why everyone talks about us.
Of all the news that AEW has generated over the last 3 weeks, one of the big stories to come out of AEW is how one of their stars drinks pee.
What? Which one?
Brody King drinks his own piss to be cool.
Mm-hmm.
That was a big story coming out of AEW over the last 3 weeks.
Apparently, he was in a car, and someone was like it sounded like it wasn't even the dare. It was just like someone was like, "What are you going to do with that?" And he goes, "I don't know. I'll drink it." And then he drank it.
Wild and outrageous.
Yeah.
If the sperm whales never talk to us, that's why. They're just like, we have nothing to say to you.
Because of Brody King.
Yeah.
Smell like pee.
We literally swim in it and think that's gross.
That people are going to want to discuss, and a big part of the wrestling landscape is AEW. So I think
100%.
People want to talk about the new wrestling, talk about the current wrestlers. And as I see all this stuff here, I want to try and get some AEW. I'm going to send you some AEW stuff.
I appreciate that.
And we'll put that. We'll hopefully make that part of the set because you're a big wrestling fan.
Yes,
you got wrestlers and great memorabilia. I might try to get a Jaguar even up here with the Buffalo Bills.
Let's not get crazy about that.
Okay, but
this got is Forest and the Bills. You can't. We actually were playing you guys end of December at Craven Cottage.
Yeah, we've had some great battles over the years with Nottingham Forest and with the Buffalo Bills.
Is it?
I'm sorry, with Nottingham Forest. Is he hunting Robin Hood? He keeps robbing my dad to give to the poor. We have to stop this communist.
Fair though? Is it fair? Like, do you feel like sometimes they hit you below the belt?
I don't want to. I think that is the business strategy. I think that's a pretty consistent.
Well, one of them made a puppet of me.
Business strategy of WWE that has not changed with the ownership change. And so
so that's WWE.
Wait, I'm sorry. So is he insinuating here that WWE hits him below the belt?
Oh, because every time he fumbles, they put a picture of one of his fumble stars up.
Yes.
Changed with the ownership change. And so
so that's WWE
strategy of WWE that has not changed. Business strategy. I think that's a pretty consistent business strategy of WWE that has not changed with the ownership change. And so
so that's WWE. So I'm talking about the pundit.
Yeah, but he doesn't have an answer to that.
No.
Oh, good Lord. So because he won't hit Cornette. He's afraid to hit Cornette. Yeah. He's hit Bischoff many times before.
Yeah, he still won't go after Cornette, which I do find weird. I don't know why.
He's terrified because he's terrified of him.
Yeah, but why? Like, I just...
why? Because Jim Cornette will motherfuck you until you're in the ground.
True, but, I mean, he doesn't... Whose career has Jim Cornette ruined? You know what I mean? Like, he tends to go back and forth with people, and it, helps him. Like, if Tony played along with it and fired back, and they started getting barbs back and forth, people might actually kind of respect him a little bit.
You think that Tony Khan has the ability to trade barbs with Jim Cornette?
Oh, of course not. But he can hire somebody who could do it for him.
I don't know if he could.
True. Okay.
All right. This one, next one says Tony Darby.
Okay, so this is where he talks about what Darby did that went too far.
Okay.
With Darby, where you feel like it's a little too crazy, like some of the stuff through the glass, and it's just sometimes I have to admit I'm a hardcore fan too, but like I'm like, why put yourself through that? Do you ever feel sometimes like it's a little bit too much with him?
Well, yeah. One time he tried to eat 6 saltines without drinking any water, and I was like, "You've gone too far, Darby."
I think he's really a brilliant wrestler, and also he takes these chances, and I think normally they're very calculated chances. The one that I thought
calculated,
calculated. If there's one thing that I always think about Darby Allin, it's that he's the man with the plan, right?
Yeah,
he's playing fourth dimensional chess.
When Darby Allin wanted to be dragged from the back of Jungle Boy's bus, that was calculated.
too far, and I would say this to him, and I have said this to him 100 times. So what I'm saying to you is, in Sting's last match with the glass in Greensboro, off the ladder through the glass, that was so much, and that was the one where I thought maybe it was too much, and it wasn't exactly the way it was described. It was pretty brutal, and that was the one after where I said, I think you're so brilliant about these chances, but this is the first time ever where I thought
this tells me more about Tony Khan as a boss than anything I've ever heard in my life. The fact, because I believe that he thinks that was too far. I believe he does. But he went to him and said, hey, man, it was brilliant. It was a spectacle. It was people talked about it for weeks, but I think it might have been over the line a little bit.
Do you think that's the same as the report that, like, what Mick Foley said, that after Hell in a Cell, Vince came up to him and said, Mick, I appreciate everything you've done for this company, and I really, really appreciate everything you did out there tonight, but I never want to see that again.
No, because I don't think Tony said, I don't ever want to see that again. I think Tony said, it might have been a little too far. It might have crossed the line.
Okay.
Probably it was too much, but it was also the greatest night in the history of the promotion, and he took a huge.
Oh, okay. So there it is. It's also the greatest night in the history of the promotion.
He's
but
saying,
don't do it again. But man, that was awesome.
Don't do it again. But I loved it. But don't do it. Wink.
After where I said, I think you're so brilliant about these chances, but this is the first time ever where I thought probably it was too much, but it was also the greatest night in the history of the promotion, and he took a huge risk, and it worked out, and they won the match, and Sting and Darby finished as an undefeated team, and Sting retired undefeated in AEW as a World Tag Team Champion. It's my personal favorite night ever of all the wrestling we've ever done, and Darby was such a huge part of that, but that was a big risk to take for sure.
Why do I cringe every time he says the word wrestling or wrestler?
I don't know.
I don't know why, but every time he says it, it's almost like you keep using that word. I don't think you know what that means.
I think it's because there is, with wrestling fans of his ilk, a lot of times there is a pretentiousness that comes with the way he says it, right? It's like wrestler. Like he has to, make a point. Like he would not. There are professional wrestlers that Tony Khan would not call wrestlers, right?
But like it almost is like in the WWE episode of South Park, where they're like, we're like, he's like, that was such amazing wrestling, like wrestling. Like I don't know. Like it reminds me of that in a way. I don't know why. All right, next one says Tony Photo.
Oh, okay. So this one is he's talking about the photograph that CM Punk and Jade and all them took after winning the titles on Saturday.
Oh God, because God forbid he just let that one go by him.
Well, I mean, they asked him. He was asked. He was
when
asked.
You saw that picture of Jade, Ricky, Cody, and I believe Punk in there. All with ties to your organization. How did that make you feel?
It was. I saw that, and I think.
Oh my God, he short circuited for a minute.
Malfunction.
He totally broke right there.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing at me?
I think AEW is having a great year. I think AEW is in a fantastic
come on!
picture of Jade, Ricky, Cody, and I believe Punk in there. All the ties.
AEW is having a great year.
to your organization. How did that
Wednesday night.
How did that make you feel?
On Dynamite.
It'll be great.
Championship.
It was,
Okay, here he goes.
I saw that, and I think AEW is having a great year. I think AEW is in a fantastic place. I think the roster right now is delivering great shows, and I'm really proud of what AEW is doing right now. It did make me smile because it reminded me of Double or Nothing 2020, the first pandemic pay-per-view. We put on this great pay-per-view, and Cody won the TNT title, and Mox retained the AEW World title versus the late, great Mr.
Yes.
Brody Lee. May he rest in peace.
It was a reference to this photo. It was saying, because, okay, so him and Mox, Cody and Mox after they both had titles, they took a picture where they were giving the camera the finger. Like they were saying, WWE, you missed out on this, right?
Yeah.
That's the point, Tony, is that they're flipping it around on you.
Yeah.
They're making fun of you.
I don't forget anything.
I don't dwell on it, but I store it away in a little lockbox.
And after the show, Cody and Mox in the area of Daly's Place that is the kind of the one communal area. It's part of what brings everyone together so much in Daly's Place is like the gorilla and the pre-tape space and the live interview space and the hallway. It's all one thing that connects the amphitheater itself. There's just a very
He is spiraling so hard he's now describing the internal map of Daly's Place. Like, how about you just say backstage? Do the people really need to know exactly what room you were in? You
small little backstage, and it's very tight, and it's talent viewing, it's everything. And that's why, like, when people are doing promos, there might be 6 rows of wrestlers sitting 5 feet from them behind the camera watching them do it, but it's just, we're all used to it. And after Double or Nothing 2020, Cody and Mox took a photo, and I thought it was interesting. It just reminded me, just shows how far in the mirror. But I remember the photo that Cody and Mox took, and in that moment, I think I took it on my phone.
Wow.
So
when you
and I took this one. They cheese.
see that, like, is there pride there? Do you feel like it's a shot at you? Do you feel like
I have relationships with all 4 of them, and they're very different. And I could talk for 2 hours about.
I don't think you have a relationship with Punk or Cody.
Yeah, I don't think one exists.
Each of the 4 of them and why I like them and why I thought they were great in AEW, and we could talk about all their matches, or I could talk about how much I like them all as people. But you know, they're all not wrestling in AEW anymore, and but to be completely honest with you, I just thought that photo, and it made me think of Double or Nothing 2020 and being there in Jacksonville. And
yes, because it was the same FU but turned around at you.
Yes,
this is not the win that you're taking it as.
He's explaining the joke to everyone in the world right now.
Right. Look how much of a doof I am.
And taking that photo on my phone and remembering that night and thinking, man, it's crazy how 5.5 years have flown by.
Yep. Yeah, crazy. All right, next one is Tony Punk.
Okay, yeah, this is good. This is good. This is his side.
I'd be remiss if I don't ask you about the CM Punk story. Do you have any regrets about how that was all handled? Obviously, he came on the show. There was that big interview, and then you guys played that footage. Looking back, are you at peace with how it all played out, or?
I have never made a single mistake ever in my entire life. I guarantee you that's the answer.
Or do you wish things could have been done differently?
Well, there were so many things. So like the playing the footage.
Did you think that was the best move in response? Because it felt like that was in response to the interview. Unless I'm
to your interview.
That's what it felt like.
Okay.
It's interesting because I do think that
this is a layup. This is where Tony says, you know what? In hindsight, it probably wasn't the best idea. I was angry. I didn't like what Punk said. And I made a bad move, and it got us good ratings, but obviously those people were only there to see Punk because they didn't stick around. And I would say now, in retrospect, I didn't make the right decision. And everyone in the world will be like, wow, what a great response by Tony Khan.
I'm pretty sure even Vince in interviews has been like, yeah, I didn't handle that the best way, or I should have done that differently or something like that.
100%.
But let's see what Daddy's little boy has to say about it.
I didn't necessarily agree with the description of how it all happened.
So that was your way of showing, like,
no,
this is
not necessarily. And by the way, I
no, I was just bringing that up because I just, just like the thought popped in my head.
I don't like the way he described it because he described it exactly the way it played out, and that wasn't to our benefit. So I'm not. He could have done better with that.
This place is a fucking joke. You're a clown. I quit.
I feared for my life.
Yeah.
Really think you're a great interviewer, and I very much appreciate it because we've had a very, very good interview, and I think I've been very good to answer all the questions so far. And now you've got me.
Can I point out? Yeah, Ariel has not pushed him on anything yet at all. Apparently, from what I've heard, he doesn't.
He does not. He is
where I'm enjoying talking to you so much. You've really got me hooked in. So I want to answer your questions, even the challenging ones. And I didn't necessarily agree with everything that was said in that interview about how things happened, but also it's a TV show and it did a very strong number. And if you look, it was...
Are you talking about the video response from you guys?
Yes. Okay. So for many reasons, I think that it made sense
number.
And it was a thing that was advertised and it got a lot of attention that did a very strong number. And also it's in the eye of the beholder.
Was there anything he said that you want to now refute?
I think the tape spoke for itself, and I think...
Yeah, the tape spoke for itself in being exactly what he said.
It's exactly what... How does
you could take that footage. You can't because they'll copyright strike you for using it. But you can take that footage and sync it up to the things that Punk said in the Ariel Helwani interview.
Yeah. I don't understand how he thinks this looks, but like I said, this shows me that Tony Khan believes his bullshit. He really does.
He has never made a mistake. Every show they've ever done has been the greatest wrestling show that's ever existed. Everything is always, they've never had a bad show. Even Vince would probably admit that he's had some stinkers.
That I didn't agree with how it happened. And obviously it was a major part of why things were no longer able to continue with us, even though I would have liked to have been able to. And it's clear that I wanted to reconcile and do those things. And
how is that clear?
You wish that maybe
how was that clear? You fired him and then you tried to cut a babyface promo about yourself in Chicago and cried. Well, I don't know if he actually cried, but we had heard that he cried.
Like by him leaving and then showing up on WWE like 2 months later, that was a huge boost, right?
I think really for us, we've had a great run for 6 years. And if you look at the time before Phil came to AEW, we were having a great run and we had some great times together. But we've been on a great run and we're having this great year right now with this roster. And I think this is the best roster.
Yeah, if you look at the numbers, despite the fact that they've gone down in every conceivable metric, we're having such a great year.
What are you talking about? No.
What a great run.
No. He's about to tell you about how his numbers went up. He's about to tell you about how the numbers
in the best AEW locker room. And it feels like in and out of the ring, the combination of them, this is the best we've been. But I also think that we had great times together. And it was clear when we started doing Collision, I wanted
the midway and the fun, the Cupids we won, the bell I rang to prove that I was strong. Just we had such great times. The things we did last summer.
Wanted to reconcile and find a way to still do those things, and I guess that wasn't possible. But I didn't necessarily agree with everything.
Did you learn any lessons? Because one of the things that he said,
I have never learned a single lesson ever in my life.
Yeah, just wait.
Said in that interview was that and I hope you don't think this is coming from me.
Sure.
I'm paraphrasing that, you don't stand up as a boss. You let people kind of walk all over you. And so that felt like an indictment on you as the leader of the company, which is what you are. And so I'm wondering what your response would be to that.
I don't agree with that, but I also think that everybody's in.
I don't agree with that, but if people want to say that, then that's fine with me.
It's free country.
Entitled to their opinion, and that's feedback, and it's fair if that's how he feels. But I didn't agree with the description of the way things played out, and that's okay. And
even after I watched the video, which was exactly the way he described things playing out, I still didn't see it that way.
Yeah, but
And
the fact
that's
that
all-
he says that he doesn't agree with like Punk's description of how it played out shows me that Punk is 100% right about everything else that he says too.
Mm-hmm.
On the eye of the beholder, just like the whole situation. If you see the way it came out, it all was in the eye of the beholder, and that's okay. I think AEW is doing really well right now, and I'm really happy with what the people on the shows are doing. And it wasn't the first time that he and I disagreed about something, and it may not ever be the last, and that's okay. But I had tried to reconcile, and I wanted to find a way for everybody to be able to work together, and that didn't work, and that's okay. And it seems like everybody's happier and doing better right now. I know in AEW right now, everybody's really happy, and it feels like
bullshit.
Yeah, what the hell?
Everyone in AEW.
Also, he doesn't know what eye of the beholder means.
Yeah, seriously. If you keep using that word, I don't think you know what it means.
this is the best the locker room's been since the Jacksonville lockdown days. And we had over a year of shows. And I said at the beginning of the year, I wanted to bring that mentality to every show for everybody, that either how I put it together or the way we all interact or the way we all just sit down and are straight with each other and don't.
What do you mean?
No. Not all of us are straight with each other, Tony. Some of us are decidedly not. By that I mean lesbianism. Once again, I'm being very subtle with my humor.
Let the distance grow, because in Jacksonville, it felt like the locker room was super, super tight. And then
like really tight, like it was a broom closet.
we became nomads again, and we went on the road, and it wasn't like that. And this year it really has been, and it feels like this is probably the closest it's been since the beginning of AEW. And then we took that spirit of the very beginning of AEW and became even more tight-knit, living in a bubble together.
Erica's right. Tony's the only person in the world who's like, oh, remember the good old days of COVID?
Yeah.
At least he gave us an honest answer of we all just live in a bubble together.
Yeah, I mean that is the most honest he's been this entire time. Though I have to say, you know, I sometimes wax poetically about COVID because I was like, man, I didn't have to go anywhere. I didn't have to touch anyone. Like, it was great. Like, you go to Disney and everyone has to stand 6 feet away from you, man. Like, can we bring some of that back? All right, the next one is Tony Stunts.
Oh, this is about it's about more hardcore stuff.
Okay.
With the stunts, like, you know, like Moxley stuff. And what is there a line for you? I know some fans say it's like a little bit too gory. So, do you have a personal line?
It has to make sense, and almost everything we've ever done, I thought it made sense.
In what universe does it make sense? What universe did the syringe in the gums make sense?
The cinder block made total sense.
Or suffocating Daniel Bryan
multiple times. Total sense.
And the things that, if there were ever a few that didn't work out, I thought, well, that probably didn't make sense to begin with. And that's why over the years, I think we've really refined the process. But we have.
Yeah, no, well-oiled machine. We saw that in action this week. Just a Swiss watch.
We perfected the art of maiming people on television.
Yeah. GCW with a budget.
Such great wrestlers that 99.9% of the time, I always think everything they do is awesome, and I agree with.
Shocking.
Yeah, no, of course you do.
We know.
99.9% of the time, I think everything that they do is awesome, except for that 0.1% of the time when I think it's really awesome.
The choices they make. But sometimes there's stuff that seems like it's pushing it. And absolutely, the chances that the wrestlers take on pay-per-views or a big night like Blood and Guts, they sacrifice and they do so much. And that's what makes pro wrestling so great, is you have.
That's what makes me so hard.
Whoa.
Wrestlers that are willing to.
Wrestling great is that wrestlers are willing to destroy themselves for 200,000 people.
for this man's entertainment.
Right. Yeah. That's wrestling's great because I can pay people millions of dollars to do whatever.
To maim them. Yeah. To maim themselves. But it's calculated.
Right.
It's a well-oiled machine.
That's what I love about wrestling.
If there's one thing that's super controllable and predictable, it's fire.
Yeah.
So
it is. You know how you can make sure fire doesn't cause any problems? You don't use it. That's a really predictable thing to do.
Sacrifice their bodies for the fans with no off season, 52 weeks a year, and then push it.
He keeps talking about that like it's this novel thing that only AEW does. That it's every week.
It has to be because he had to tell his dad that 1,000 times, right? When he was making AEW. No, they don't have an off season. What? No off season.
This is why they're better than your NFL players, Dad.
Leave me alone.
Further under these kinds of circumstances. So
this is why they're better than Blake Bortles.
Everybody on the AEW Blood and Guts show in particular, I thought really set a great example of that. And also, thankfully, everybody's come out of it okay. It has a
not great. Okay,
fine. They're fine. I mean,
they're all right. Some burns, some broken bones, but we're good.
Could be better.
Potential to be a career-ending match with its hard-hitting situation, but thankfully everybody's good.
All right, our last clip here is Tony Saudi.
This one was for me. They didn't pull this. Like Ariel was like, "Nah, we're not gonna put this up." So I went back and I found it myself. This is him getting asked about Saudi Arabia.
Sort of business relationship with Saudi Arabia. UFC does, WWE that does not have any sort of business relationship with Saudi Arabia. UFC does, WWE of course does, in boxing, Matchroom, Queensberry, Top Rank, Golden Boy, they all do. I think you're the only one. Is there any particular reason for that?
I can't speak to that. I'm not sure.
Because they haven't asked.
Ariel's just like, why are you the only company that Saudi doesn't want to work with? And he has a perfect opportunity to virtue signal right now, right? Like he can absolutely be like, I would never work with Saudi Arabia because
and then his father would be like, shut up. Because his father will 110,000%
But wait,
work with Saudi Arabia.
WWE is evil for taking blood money, and AEW is great because they don't, remember? So this is the time that he stands up and says, I would never take that blood money, right?
Yeah, no, his father would have busted through that wall like the Kool-Aid man, snapped his neck if he said he'll never take Saudi money.
He still could. There's about 10 seconds left. He still could say it.
I didn't realize that, but it's interesting. And no, I think AEW, we've got great partnerships. We work with probably some of the same media partners you do, but no, I'm not sure why that would be. But
just a coincidence.
I guess it would. Okay. Yeah, but it's interesting. I never thought of it like that till you said it.
Okay. Something that I was really curious about, and I hadn't really heard you asked about this, so would love to hear your thoughts. It is very clear to me as an outsider that when you're putting on
that was it. Yeah, that was
okay.
It. So
now, what was the thing about it? What was the thing about the TV numbers, though? Didn't he say the TV numbers were the best they've ever been?
I thought that was good. I thought that was in there after the Punk thing, but Raj explains it. So if you want to pull that thing up,
Raj Giri broke this down.
Yeah, so every time he talks, he says that the ratings have been going up throughout the year. So,
which to this point, and here's the thing, they're objectively lower, but he also can't say with assurance that because of the max numbers, he knows they're higher, because he has stated repeatedly that he doesn't know the max numbers.
And he said on this interview that he doesn't know the max numbers. He said he admitted that. So
he says, Tony Khan once again claimed that AEW cable numbers are up, even with the move to HBO Max, which is not true. He said the shares and audience went up for Q1, Q2, and Q3 since the move. Khan said that they have really closed the gap with WWE if you look at where WWE numbers are right now. Khan also said it was a great time for them. Tony Khan said that their audience their audience as a percentage of the WWE audience is about the best it's been, not close. TK again said the cable audience grew at the start of the year, and as it went on. Let's take a look at that. Dynamite Q1 2024, 810K and a 0.28. 2025, a 613K and a 0.17. Q2, 711K and 0.24, 627K and 0.17. Q3, 696K and 0.22. In 2025, it's 562K and 0.13.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Also, there is no universe in which this man, who has a television show on Max, does not know the Max numbers.
Yes. Can you explain? Because I think there are still people who believe that whole thing that Max can't give the numbers out. And
no, that's not
explain
true.
Why, if they were doing good, we would know the numbers.
Yes, because they tout when things do good. WB touts it, but you can it's impossible that you have a television show on this service that you own and that you operate and you don't know the numbers. That's not possible. Because you have to be the numbers have to be known to advertisers as well, because Max, I believe, does have ads. You also have to be able to know it for negotiations. You need to be able to come to the table and be like, I know that my show is doing this number for you. So that's why I want X amount of money. It's not feasible that he doesn't know the numbers. There's no universe in which he doesn't know those numbers.
They put out numbers for House of the Dragon. They put out numbers for The Pit. They put out for numbers for that.
The Last of Us, everything. You think the NBA doesn't know their numbers on Max?
No. If the numbers are good.
Wait, the NBA was on Max, right?
Yeah, it was for a while. So, okay. It's not now, but yeah, it was for a while. No, yeah, if it was good, they would put numbers out. So clearly, it's not good. It's a losing argument.
Triple H gets Netflix numbers like during the show.
Yeah.
Hourly.
Yeah, but he acts like he can't, like it's this impossible thing, and he always says
it's infinitely easier to measure than cable numbers.
Yeah, he always says, unfortunately, I don't have access to those numbers. Unfortunately, I have no way of knowing. But it has to be more, right?
Dunn did what now said the owners of AEW know the numbers. Further proof that Tony Khan does not own AEW.
Oof.
So yeah, that was the big
it was so bad, dude. There were several times during the interview where Tony would say, hey, we have family friendly pricing, and Ariel did not push back on the idea of his show being family friendly. There were several times where he kept talking about, I think that the violence is fine, and Ariel did not push back on. He just didn't push back on any when he talked about Jericho. He just said, Jericho's still under contract. I'm a big fan of Chris Jericho. I would love to see him come back. We just haven't been able to come to a date yet, and then they just let it go. Or Britt Baker, where he's like, I'm trying to facilitate a return for Britt Baker. And Ariel just let it go. Like I want to see him do one with Chris Van Vliet or whatever his name is. That's what I want to do the interview with.
But listen, though, I think Ariel played very smart. Just let him bury himself.
Yeah.
Because he could clear up so much water just by giving an actual concentrated answer. And instead it's just word salad and short circuits and little evasions, and it's like nope. It just everybody who watches did exactly what we're doing. We're laughing at the weird little nerdy kid being weird.
Yeah, I had to watch. I watched this whole thing this afternoon, and it was just mind-numbingly dull. And I think if I had just watched clips, I would think that Ariel did a good job. But having to watch the whole interview, it's just every time you're like, just ask one more question. You're right there. Just ask one more, and then he doesn't do it. But it does.
Whereas last time he called him out on everything. He's like, "You're not answering my question."
Right. It does seem like he has no idea what AEW is doing right now. Like he has no clue what's going on with AEW.
Well, most people, he's not watching it probably.
Right. He's clearly not watching the product. He was asking about so when's Darby going to get his title shot? He's asking all this stuff that have already come and passed,
Yeah.
And he has no idea what's going on in that company. So I'm guessing this was Tony wanted. Tony smells blood in the water. People are kind of down on WWE right now. He has a pay-per-view coming up. he thought, hey, I can go make amends with this guy and, maybe I'll get some extra views, but I don't think nobody's opinion is going to be changed about Tony Khan based on this.
Regia Sharp for $5 says Tony's nanny says his hair looks cute like that, guys. I think it's hat hair because he actually is. Usually when he's not on camera, he's wearing a beanie with a propeller on it.
Okay, someone AI that up. I need to see that.
Dial C4 for $5. Is it because it's sterile and he likes the taste? Talking about the Brody King drinking pee, which I still can't believe is a thing that I just had to speak aloud. Ewing Cumia for $5. Says waiting for a video of wrestlers giving Tony
that.
Yeah. Reddisaurus for $5 says, as somebody who spent his high school age watching cruiserweight matches on SmackDown in the 2000s, will we ever see that division and belt return? I don't think so. I think that you're in an era now where that's gonna like the Intercontinental title is going to be the workhorse title again, I think.
Yeah.
Or in other companies, you might see things like the X Division Championship, but not like a Cruiserweight Championship.
I actually thought about this a little bit on Saturday, on Friday, watching the match, the Dragunov match. I was watching, and I'm like, what? This would be a great Cruiserweight title match, but I don't know if it's a great U.S. title match. And then I kind of had to realize that it might just be a situation where I'm in the wrong here. Like I'm the old guy saying like, this isn't a U.S. title match. This is a Cruiserweight title,
Right.
So I had to kind of check myself a little bit. Yeah, but I agree. I think that as people get smaller, which is kind of what's happening, the secondary title is going to become what the Cruiserweight title was at one point.
Right. And then BT23 for $2 says, I wonder what Ariel's audience is thinking. Probably that he didn't ask.
I saw the chat, and the people who weren't there to see Tony Khan were basically just like, who the hell is this guy and why won't he stop talking? Like that's the
interesting.
It was a lot of like, get this guy off. We don't need to see him. He said great 134 times. They were keeping track of that. So.
Regina Sharp for $5 with a really good point. The women's division is the Cruiserweight division now.
Yeah.
Kind of is.
Kind of, yeah. And all of NXT, yeah.
Yep, I agree with that.
One thing before we go, I do want to ask you one thing, Marv.
Sure.
Because there's a lot of stuff going on. What do you think about the idea of Saudis buying WBD and restarting the ooh, they should restart the Snyderverse. Ooh.
Yeah, you know what? Isn't it amazing that the one thing that every single person that wants to buy WBD has in common is they're all going to restart the Snyderverse?
Yeah.
I cannot stand this freaking rumor. I literally can't stand it. I don't think there's any truth to the Saudis buying it. I don't think they're one signature away. I think that Paramount is the front runner. I know Puck reported that some Hollywood producers said that they were a signature away. The PIF was going to buy WBD. Another one said Puck News said that they were going to back Comcast's bid. And then there was another report that there was Arab money in the Paramount bid, but Ellison has said that's not true. So I don't know what to believe anymore. I just want this to be over. I want somebody to buy this already so that I can stop writing about it and hearing about it every day. And no, I do not think. You know what? Bring back the Snyderverse. # restore the Snyderverse. I want to see it happen because I want to see it fall flat and then nobody can say anything ever again. Let it run concurrently with James Gunn's universe if that's what you want to do. Have 2 DC universes. Go for it. Please, and let him do whatever he wants, and let's watch what happens.
I would like to see Ben Affleck as Batman again. I will say that. I liked Ben Affleck as Batman. Everything else I could go with that. But I think to bring this back,
I want to see him as Batman so we can kill people with guns again.
I liked Ben Affleck as Batman. I'm sorry.
I like him as he could have been a great Batman.
Yeah, but okay, to bring this back to wrestling though, who would be the best and who would be the worst for AEW?
I think Paramount, you don't really have an impact on AEW at all. I think with NBC you run into an issue because I believe all the WWE stuff that's not the pay-per-views is still on Peacock.
NXT, yeah. I mean, SmackDown is on USA, so I mean that's still, you know.
Yep, and so I think that would probably be the worst case scenario for them. Wait, no, Netflix would probably be the worst case scenario for them.
The Saudis would probably be the worst case scenario for
it. I don't think the Saudis would do anything with that with AEW. I don't think they would care. I don't think they'd even realize that it's there.
Okay.
The money that they pay Tony Khan is pocket change to the PIF.
Yeah. And the Saudis just want the theme park, right? That's all they really care about.
I mean, really, yeah. The Saudis just want they want to get in on the Hollywood game, so that's the thing. I can't imagine it. I cannot imagine that that's the case. But yes, I think that the worst case scenario for Tony would be Netflix. The second worst case would be Comcast, and I think that the Saudis or Paramount is kind of just a wash for them.
Okay, there we go. I wanted to get your opinion on that.
Yep. All right, Kev, you got a show coming up later on tonight at 11 p.m. over on the WW Pro channel. Lauren and Apollo wanted to talk a little bit about that.
I have no idea what we're doing, but we'll be there. We'll be live.
Okay. I will not be there tonight. I've got to be out and about tomorrow for work, so I have to.
Bitch.
I know. I have to prep like tomorrow's articles tonight. So I'll be up. I just won't be on the show. But make sure you guys go check that out. You and Awful might have a show this Thursday.
Yeah, I mean, we might not. Pay attention to our Twitter feeds and on Discord. We'll let you know. It depends on Awful's equipment. We do have a show though. So if you want to go and subscribe to Awful's channel, at Awful Wrestling or Death to AEW, he is very close to being monetized. So make sure you jump over there and give him a subscribe and watch some of his videos. And we have fun over there. We have background music. We watch old wrestling commercials. We just hang out. It's kind of like what this show was before Kev came in and made it good.
Maybe the 1 week that he wasn't on.
No, I meant tonight. You know, when it was just me and you.
By the way, wrestling neckbeard, no longer just AEW neckbeard.
Bart.
I love that. I love that he became wrestling neckbeard.
I'm a trendsetter. What can I say?
Day Rey Mysterio won the world heavyweight title as the day he no longer had a cruiserweight division, and I agree with that. But also wanted to say thank you, wrestling neckbeard, for hanging out with us in the chat here tonight.
He should be wrestling neckbeard. He should be wrestling neckbeard.
Wrestling neckbeard.
That would, yeah.
All right, guys. We will. I catch you guys next week, same time, same channel. From all of us here at the Tooneytown channels, I'm Marvin the Movie Monster. Now get out of here. Now, Perry the Platypus, feel the wrath of my thank you-inator.
Thank you, you piece of trash.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you! Oh, I suppose you want me to say thank you. Well, you know what? Saying thank you is like jobbing.
Thank you!
I got a little message. Thank you. Ooh, yeah.
Oh, thank you! Oh, thank you! Thank you! Thank you! Thank you! Thank you!
Thanks? For what? Hi-ho from all of us here at Tooneytown. Thank you!
And viewers like you. Thank you.